to me and these dudes doing VR games, moving reviews, infused with whatever topics we choose. If we stop it, we lose, so that's why we keep on dropping the news. And you know it's as a crew with the popular views. Includes X and Ray, co-host Bree, Millie, SC, and I'm Price, so you know we really bringing it live, us 5 in the hive. You liking this vibe, then hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe. To the Hangout, welcome to the Hangout. I know you want to go to the Hangout, welcome to the Hangout. To the Hangout, welcome to the Hangout. Come and have some fun. To the Hangout, welcome to the Hangout. No matter where you're from. Hey, yo. See, y'all already know we're getting better than that. Did y'all see that Bone Thugs and Harmony yo just then? Man, boy, hold up, man. It's going down. Hey, wake up. Wake up. Gotta get this cake up. That's right. Hey, man, listen, hey. Y'all back up in here with us? Y'all back up in here? All right, man, we'll settle on in, man, because we up in here with you, too. You know what I'm talking about? We back up in this thing. It's the Hangout Experience, baby. And as always, starting this thing off, it is your boy, Price. That is me. And to my left, who is it?
It's me. SC. Gotta say that thing thrice, you feel me? And over on the other side, you already know who we got.
What it do, world? Country boy Ray, CBR on the mic. Let's go. I'm gonna pass it over to my right.
It is your boy X, the unannounced, you know, because I walk in places without announcing myself, so happy to be here. And last but not least, we have...
Yo, what it do? It's your girl, 340 Muley.
Fold it!
What's happening?
What it do?
What's happening?
ATL in the house. We hear you down there, shouter. Yeah. All right. So, we are back in the Hangout Experience. As I said before, man, we appreciate y'all always checking in. It looks like we about what we are about 5 episodes in.
Just about. We rounded it out.
Yeah.
Single.
And y'all sticking with us in this thing, man. So we definitely appreciate that. Now I'm gonna get off script just a little bit because something happened. You know what I mean? As you guys know, Mother's Day was last weekend and everything, so hopefully everybody got a chance to send those shouts out to their moms and get the time in with them and all that good stuff. You know, me, unfortunately, I had to send some love via flowers, you know what I mean, to my mom, because I'm up here in Texas, she's down there in Georgia and all that good stuff. So what my mom did was she decided to go ahead and fly on in for the weekend, you know what I'm saying, and bring that love up in here. And she also decided to go ahead and do a little cooking for the crew up in this thing, man. So I don't know if y'all remember Tigger in the basement, and Tigger be down there with the crew, with the artists and all that stuff. And you always see artists come down with a plate and everything from Mama Tigger. You know what I'm talking about, man? So Mama Price and came up in this thing, man, and did it and hooked it up. Wait, Ray, can you give him just a little preview of what she hooked up, man?
All right, I'm gonna start off with the oxtails, man. We had twice baked potatoes. She ain't baked them things once, she baked them twice, man. So that's extra love right there.
There it is.
The homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Salisbury steak with a little cheese on top of it. You know, y'all don't know nothing about that. That's some good eating right there.
There it is.
Also some chicken wings. I ain't even got to the stuff, pork chops yet. If you listen to me, you can hear the excitement in my voice.
They calling our name, y'all. They calling the name.
Okay. Also, she had some corn pudding.
Ooh.
Hey, I can't wait. When the show's over, it's going down.
It's going down.
I ain't even got to the desserts yet, but there's some in there.
There it is. Like
Price cooking.
Yeah, man. She did the thing. So definitely had to give that shout out to moms, man, coming down and hooking us up. You know what I mean? Showing that love.
Appreciate you, mama. Appreciate you.
For sure. Now, I know y'all might need to take a break because after all that food we just named, y'all going to be real hungry right about now. So we understand, you know what I mean? Just make sure you come back and join us. You know what I mean? We think we got a good show here. Really good show. And we're going to start this thing off really with some BMT news up in here. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do. And this time, this one here, man, I'm telling you, this one really caught me off guard. It really, truly did because I did not see this coming. But I will say that it explains a lot of things. I'm not a big conspiracy person, but if I was, let me tell you right now, like this one right here would be probably at the top of my list, man.
What you talking about, dog?
Oh, my God. Now, first of all, I'm an MJ fan. Michael Jordan? No.
Jordan, Jackson, Tyson?
Nah. You know what I mean? It's all about MJ, Michael Jack, baby. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Probably
Real
one of my
2-3.
favorite artists, man. Probably one of the, I mean, it's debatable, but best entertainer in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, for me, it was, you know.
Hands down.
All right. I love it. And what we found out was, I mean, this is news now, guys. This is nothing we making up. It's not our personal opinion. Then we found out that MJ, he was in talks to buy Marvel. Okay, now not Marvel, Disney Marvel, and the Marvel that y'all saw with Iron Man and all that. We talking about pre-Iron Man Marvel when they was almost going out of business. You know what I'm saying? So
Late 90s we talking.
no doubt, late 90s, Michael, man. So that's what we found out, and we're gonna dive into that just a little bit. You know what I mean, and really see what's going on because shout out to my boy BT. You know what I mean? He sent me this clip and everything, and I saw it. I'm like, wow, this is absolutely amazing, man. So we're going to try to dive into that, you know what I mean, and see what's going on with that, you know what I mean. So we're going to bring up some stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, X, you know what I'm saying?
MJ wanted to buy Marvel, huh?
It looked like he wanted to buy Marvel, bro, you know what I'm saying? And I'm actually curious to know what kind of Marvel that would have been. But from what we've read, as bizarre as it may sound,
Okay.
Michael Jackson truly did try to purchase Marvel in the 90s. This was previously revealed by the late Marvel Comics legend Stan Lee.
The GOAT.
So you know Stan Lee saying this has got to be a real thing here, okay? Now, Jackson's nephew, Taj, in a new interview, details some of what happened during this odd time, including revealing that Jackson was attempting to do this with Lee. Taj Jackson appeared as a guest on Popcorn Planet during the interview. The subject of Michael Jackson's attempt to purchase Marvel, which largely had to do with his fondness for the character Spider-Man, came up, and as Jackson tells it, the deal was shut down before it gained any real traction. Here's what he had to say about it. I remember being with my brothers and him talking about purchasing Marvel. He wanted to do that with Stan Lee. They had been talking and discussing that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I think they were shut down from doing that. I don't know the reasons why, but they were adamantly in the process of doing that. Now, we may know the reasons why. You know what I'm saying?
We know why. we know why.
You know what I mean? And as everyone knows, I mean, everyone knows this. In the 90s, Marvel was in hot water financially, with the company filing for bankruptcy in 1996. Michael Jackson was also no longer at the top of his game, as he had come under fire for child sexual abuse allegations, which is what we're saying. We know why this stopped, right? Disney stepped in to purchase Marvel in 2009 for $4 billion, considering that the MCU movies have grossed more than $22 billion combined at the box office. That had proved to be one of the best investments in the history of entertainment. One can't help but to wonder what would have changed in the alternate universe where Michael Jackson purchased Marvel instead. Now, this is what we're reading, and we're telling you from our perspectives and everything like that. But we are definitely going to let the man himself tell you exactly what was going on. So you guys just take a listen.
Bring you in here because you were a business manager for Michael for a very long time. You've brought some fascinating tapes. These are audio tapes. And I want to just go through some of this because I once interviewed Michael in the late 90s, and I was struck that there was another Michael Jackson here, the businessman. And I want to play a tape before I come to you. This is him discussing with you, I think, about a plan to buy Marvel, the comic business, back in 2001 or 2, I think it was. Let's listen to this.
We could easily go into Universal and buy. We would own Jaws, E.T., Close Encounters, all the classics from Universal. Own all of that stuff. And that will allow us to do a channel. Part of the Marvel channel can be not only the Marvel characters, but Marvel films like the catalog. We could do anything we want, from restaurants to retail, theme park.
Now, you actually got the financing in place, I believe, for this deal. Then came the scandal court cases, and it all got put on the back burner. Disney ended up buying Marvel and doing exactly what Michael had predicted and making a fortune at it. Tell me about this.
That was the second part of his life. He did want to do this, and he knew exactly any single detail what he wants to do. And he was absolutely right. Because he was saying, so the music career, I cannot do more than that what I did. That's it. And I have the Beatles catalog on one side. If I buy this Marvel catalog, he has a second part, a big part in his life. He would be the richest person in the world.
Yeah, he understood the power of owning rights to things.
Right.
Matter of fact, he tried to own too many rights. That's why they
Yeah.
tried to keep that man down.
Yeah, man. That's I don't know, man. Blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Blows my mind to know that he was working on buying that.
Sound like they had a plan too.
It does,
Yeah.
man.
It sounded like the ball was right there at the rim.
It does. It does. I mean, exactly. I see what y'all did, X-ray vision. All right, just. Oh man. Yeah, man. So apparently, this was real. He was really trying to buy Marvel, and he was a visionary. So of course he could see, hey, we can really do something with this. And I don't feel like it was about the money with Michael. I just feel like that kid in him. You know what I mean? He had that opportunity, like, wow, I can really do something with this. These are characters that I grew up with, and so forth and so on. And I guess it was part of that interview where Taj, his nephew, was saying that he was thinking about playing the part of Peter Parker. You know what I mean? And being Spider-Man. So that would have been very interesting. And of course we have the Marvel that we have now, and it was good. I mean, it was good. I cannot front. It was good. But you can't help to wonder about a Michael involved Marvel. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as we know, what I'm saying, and whether you want to use the word weird or whatever, you know what I'm saying, eclectic.
He was a character.
He was absolutely a character.
He was a character.
Absolutely, man.
I think as an artist perspective, I think he was just misunderstood and definitely smart as far as not only a fan of Marvel, but definitely smart in business, because that business decision that he was thinking about purchasing Marvel, he did it in the music, you know what I'm saying, by buying other people's masters or buying rights and, licensing them to other companies. So he had, I believe it was Sony.
Yep, I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah, so he was very smart. A lot of people, they pass judgment on things they don't understand. So I don't know myself, but as an artist, I can put myself in that position and, kind of see what he was going through or see where his head was at as far as purchasing that property.
As far as like, regionalizing it goes, he was playing the game of Monopoly, and my man's was putting, hotels. He was putting hotels on these properties. He was owning rights from Sony. In the clip we just played, he was talking about what Universal owns.
Yep.
Universal, Sony, they make up the two biggest labels in the industry. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Very smart businessman, as the guy mentioned before. He had Beatles catalog.
Yep.
So
that made him
he was
rich.
Yeah, he was putting some stuff in place, man. No doubt about it. Absolutely putting some stuff in place. And it's sad, of course, that he didn't get a chance to see that through. As we see, you know what I mean? Like I said, we could be conspiracy brothers about it and however, and say that, this was the same thing that they were talking about with your boy Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah.
That, what did you say? He was about to buy NBC? And then, of course, here comes the allegations, right?
Yep.
And of course, man, I mean, all speculation. I don't know if that was actually the case, but of course, you hear these rumors, right? You hear these little things flying around the industry and whatever.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when they do a movie 20 years from now, then they find out, oh, yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Then they unveil it. Like there's a statute of limitations on the truth or something, right?
Might not be a statute, but it's an NDA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. It would have been really exciting to see it. And of course, like I said, we don't know how it would have turned out or whatever, but just to see him accomplish that goal, man, would have been exciting, So like I said, I'm surprised about it, and just curious to know how you guys feel. Definitely want you guys to sound out in the comments and let us know what you think, about this, about Michael Jackson buying Marvel and what that would have looked like. Now, do you think it would have been a bunch of Michael Jackson songs on the soundtracks? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I know I'm gonna gross back $1 billion off these films, why not?
Right.
Why not throw my slaps in there too?
Right. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I think it would have been fun though, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like I said, Michael was smart. I remember the one cameo he did what was it? Men in Black. Men in Black. Was it Men in Black 2 or 3? I can't remember. But 2. Yeah. So just seeing what he said, called me Agent M.
Agent M, boy.
Michael was actually making his own. Well, I think they filmed it. His own little Star Wars type universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some footage out there somewhere.
You're not talking about Moonwalker, are you?
Nah, it's like the actual
Skywalker,
sets,
Moonwalker.
actual characters, just like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Moonwalker's totally. Moonwalker was my movie as a young jit, you know, but totally different universe. It's just like similar to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I I'm wondering. I'm curious. Like my mind is wondering now, like what that would have been like, and knowing that what we have now, and I'm happy with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the MCU in its current state. Well, I don't know about current state, but I'm.
Not after how you talked about Guardians, dog.
Phase
You
1
can't
through
say
3.
that.
Phase 1 through 3, absolutely happy
You can't
with
talk
that.
about that how you talked about Guardians, dog.
Hey man, hey man, maybe we can get into Phase 4 and whether they drop the ball or not, dude. But I'm telling you, man, 1 through 3, yeah, I absolutely love it. 5 looked like if we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right?
Go back and watch.
Yeah, go back and watch. If we talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm definitely down with that. You know how I felt about Ant-Man though. But
let them set up characters.
Let them set up characters, man, bro. I think anybody that started off with 1 through 3 knows they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with 4, man. Hey, I'm reading clips of them saying themselves they might have dropped the ball a little bit with Phase 4. You know what I mean?
Only because they say they gave us too much.
Is that what it is? They gave us too much? I don't know if they gave us enough.
Tried to squeeze everything into one phase.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave us enough good stuff.
I mean, all the good stuff is yet to come.
I hope so, man.
I'm still can't wait for Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they say that for Phase 5. If that's gonna be in Phase 5 or 6, I don't know which one it's gonna be. But then, of course, we don't know the fate of Jonathan Majors yet. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least I get to see him in Low-Key Season 2.
Yeah.
Waiting for that too.
Yeah, there's
That's
nothing you
already
can do about
filmed, and October will be here before we know it.
Yeah, but they've kind of strategically kept him out of the advertisements, and you know what I'm saying?
Well, right now ain't nothing much for him to do.
Oh, it's something for him to do.
The 2 projects coming out ain't got nothing to do with him.
Which one you talking about?
I'm talking about Secret Invasion, which is coming in June, and Guardians 3. It has nothing to do with him.
Well, but here's the thing, though. You could say the same thing about Thanos, but Thanos technically, everything has something to do with him in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So technically, Kang the Conqueror, it all reverts back to him. You know what I'm saying? At the end, this build up is supposed to be the build up to fight the big bad, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I'm pretty sure Secret Invasion will have something to do with him. Grow, impersonating people and just doing their thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Yeah, good stuff. But again, I'm curious to know about the Michael Marvel. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely a thing for us to think about. And like I said, we definitely want y'all to sound off in the comments and tell us what you think about it. Do you think it would have been good? Do you think it would have been, too much? Should Michael have been involved with that at all? And let's just be honest with you. Do you think there was a conspiracy? Do you think these allegations popped up simply because he was trying to, as a black man, buy some kind of studio and the networks and all this other stuff, that was
Disney
going on?
wasn't folding, dog. Disney was not folding.
But were they even involved at that time, though? We talking about 96. 96.
No.
90, what?
But they mentioned in the video that we played, though, that Disney came in and did exactly what Mike planned on doing step by step.
Afterwards.
You
see what I'm saying? After.
Well, who's to say they didn't already have these plans?
Yeah.
It was a couple. I believe it was if Michael was on it, he wasn't the only one thinking it. If you're a smart businessman and you know that there's some property out there, or it's coming up, somebody's contract about to end on it, if you're a smart businessman, you're going to try to get it.
Yeah, you up on it. I'm pretty sure.
It was they probably didn't have the exact same plans that he had or that Disney had when they purchased Marvel.
Yep.
But something similar, I believe a couple companies wanted to purchase it too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But that's also what we see now. I mean, as we were just talking about with the characters, everything being pushed to 25, 26, that's when Sony's deal is up with most of these characters.
Yep.
Yeah, so Bree, what do you think, man? I mean, how does that make you feel? I know you're a Michael Jackson fan yourself, and I know you like some Marvel. What are you thinking?
I feel like if he was trying to buy it, that would have been cool. You know, it would have been another creative direction for him. But I am a big Michael Jackson fan. My parents used to play him when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up listening to his music, and I think he was a very positive person. And if he was trying to buy it, like I said, that would have been great. Kudos
What?
to Michael, you know. Also, I heard he was trying to buy, was it Sony?
Mm-hmm. That's just what they was just talking about. Yeah.
I mean, he was making smart business moves, so I admire that. I mean, it would have been cool, you know. The conspiracy theorists, you know, like what all was said. I mean, if that is true, you know, it's unfortunate if that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched any of those documentaries, and you know what I mean. None of that stuff, man. I don't know. I can't agree with it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was saying, you know, you find out later in later years that well, this was somebody getting set up and da 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 whatever. And I don't want to fan those flames, you know, of all this stuff. I mean, it's enough people saying it, you know, and then you hear these artists or these producers that work with him, and they're like, "No way, never! I've never saw any of that." You know what I mean? Like that wasn't even his demeanor. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? You know, so I just try not even to fan those negative flames already, and really crap on this man's legacy. To me,
Yeah.
he was a childlike dude. He didn't have a childhood. You know what I mean? Like he was just catching up on his childhood. You know, he you know what he did, man? He traded his childhood for our entertainment. You know, so for us, like you say, hey man, you grew up listening to Michael. You got some favorite songs by Michael. You have those because he decided to say, you know what, I'll give y'all this instead of being a kid like I would really prefer to. You know, so for me, man, I just in honor of him doing that because we got some great music out of him. I just tend not to try to add to that, man. And I don't know. I'm not saying it's not true, and you know that's no disrespect to any victim or whatever if they actually did go to that. You know, I understand. I respect it, and I'm, wish that wouldn't have happened. But for me, it's just not something that I can believe. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. You know, it's not to say that it didn't happen, but it's a hard pill for me to swallow with that one, man. And that's just my opinion. Who knows? You know, so
I feel like, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. Not saying that it is, not saying that it's not, but you could kind of tell, like, looking back at Michael and his interviews, what kind of person he was. You know, you can only go by what a person give you. So he just didn't seem like that type of person or what they try to portray.
right.
So,
Right.
you know.
Right, yeah, after all of that stuff. And then after that, okay, I guess it's time for me to go and play with somebody's butthole or something. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Just saying, man.
Yeah,
you know, that's actually what it is. I mean,
You
that's
trying to keep it clean, ain't you, bro?
it is clean. That's why I said but. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know, but that's how I feel about it. You know, it just doesn't match up to me for me, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And, you know, if this is a conspiracy thing and this is another person that came under fire for some stuff that they didn't do just to stop them from going forward or pushing a certain race forward or whatever, it's sad, man. It's truly sad. But we're not going to sit and act like this stuff does not happen, that there aren't conspiracies, that people don't get set up and all that stuff there, man. It happens a lot, you know.
Yep.
We you know, if we got into the Jonathan Major things, we could say, well, if he's being set up, we don't know, man, and you don't find out till later, and it's unfortunate because how the news works. As soon as you hear something, it's what do they say? It's the power of perception. It doesn't even have to be true. As soon as it's said, it's already tainting. It's already tainting your legacy. You know what I mean? Already, if it's said.
Yeah.
And that's where we are.
Yeah.
That's where we are right now. You know, it just all it takes is a little rumor, and that's a wrap.
Yep.
Because there are some people who they don't need any type of research about it. You just say it, and that's boom. They've already made a decision.
Say it, and it's law.
And it's law. And I believe, and was brought to believe, there's two sides to a story. Matter of fact, there's more. Let's just say there's three sides to a story. There's that person's side, that other person's side, and then the actual truth. Right? The truth is what actually happened. Okay. And I believe that before you can make a decision, you have to at least entertain both sides. You got to hear both sides of the story, at least, so you can get your take on what you think actually happened or was, going on. So yeah, man. Again, It's a sad thing, you know, but I did think this was interesting, and like I said, shout out to BT for bringing us to our attention that Micheal Jackson was in talks to buy Marvel.
Yep. What up, BT?
Yes, sir.
What they do? What they do?
Yeah, good one. This was a good one, man. And you know, and like we like to do, listen. Make sure we probably should have our disclaimer and let you know that our opinions, you know what I'm saying, do not reflect any others. You know what I mean? This is just something we're giving you guys. This is something that was brought to us, and we're just bringing it out for you guys to talk amongst yourselves, to you know, come up with your own ideas and opinions of what you think is actually happening. Now, we bring it to you, and it's your job to go home and do the homework and do further research into this and see. But this is a real thing. This is something we brought up. We just brought this up off of TikTok and everything. So yeah, man. So y'all check that out and look into it. And what I'm going to probably do after this podcast is play me some Micheal Jackson, man, and jam out and rock out to Micheal and imagine how that would have been to for have him involved with Marvel. So
In some timeline, people are watching Michael's Marvel.
that's very true. In that alternate universe,
The Mandela effect.
that's right. That's right.
Probably happened.
That's right. Yeah. So Mandela, the butterfly effect, all that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but anyway, guys, we just wanted to bring that to your attention. This was something brought to us, and you tell us what you think. Please sound off in the comments, and we want to hear what you say. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So anyway, that was our first segment, as we like to do, that BMT news brought straight to you. And please stick around because there will be more right after these messages.
You're
Hey! All right, y'all. We are back after these messages. And if you are just joining us, you know how we like to do, man. We'll tell you, go back, man. Go back and check out that BMT news, man. We dropped one on you.
MJ and Marvel.
Oh, man, we dropped one on you so deep, man. It shut everything down in the studio, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
We was talking too much. They heard us.
Coming, man. They shut us down, baby.
They had the audio tapped, y'all.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. So we took a long commercial break. Please believe it. You know what I'm talking about? But listen, man. Listen here. This is what y'all been waiting on right here, man. Y'all know y'all loving these reviews. Y'all know y'all really feeling these reviews, man. We starting to hear the comments. Y'all starting to sound off, man. We got y'all getting up out your seats, man, going to check out these movies and everything. So hopefully we can get you to check out this movie right here. All right?
What movie we talking about today, dog?
We talking about Fast X. If you know what I'm saying, you want to just look at it. But if you're talking about Roman numerals, we know that means Fast 10, baby.
Oh, okay. It didn't mean extra, like extra fast, right?
Extra fast.
Yeah.
Now, if we listen to Timmy, this is Fast 11 because she says that Hobbs and Shaw is part of this. You know what I mean? This time.
It starts off by saying the Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. That's how it was promoted. Those are two characters in the universe, correct?
Yeah.
So is this Fast 11 to you?
Might as well.
Oh my God, man. So
They could have said 9.5 or something.
5. Yeah. I get you.
There without the Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm gonna listen. For all you Hobbs and Shaw fans out here, man, I'm gonna rock.
It wasn't bad.
I'm gonna rock with you. Cause
It wasn't bad.
they gave us Black Superman. Who was Black Superman up in there?
Dwayne the Rock.
Idris, baby. It was Idris.
No, it's Dwayne Johnson, man. He's the real Superman.
Hey, don't let Vin Diesel hear you say that, boy. He gonna be right back off the series. You know what I mean?
Oh, you right.
So listen, we on Fast 10, man. We on Fast 10. If you exclude Hobbs and Shaw, we on Fast 10. All right. And Ray, I think you even said that this won't be the last one.
No.
Is this part of a trilogy? Is this something like
That's
that?
what it is, you know.
Vin Diesel was hinting at it. He's poking fun at it.
Okay. See, I don't know who Ray, you know what I'm saying, knows. Cause Ray knows somebody. Because I don't know none of this stuff. Like, I thought this was just going to be the last one. But Ray, he already told me before we went to go watch. He's like, nah. They just getting started, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was right.
They gonna drag 10 out.
He was absolutely right. I'm trying to tell you. But that's what we're reviewing today, y'all. Fast 10. So like we like to do, spoiler alert. That means get out now. Leave. Get out of here.
Yeah, y'all ain't
Go. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't missing much.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. You know, dogs try to come up to you, trying to get on here. Get on around here.
Y'all did.
So that's what I'm telling y'all. Get up out of here. Cause I don't want to hear nothing about talking about we spoiling views for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Movies.
We ain't
for y'all.
spoiled nothing.
All right, so we gonna go get ready to dive into that thing. Now, first of all, everybody on this panel, y'all saw this movie, right?
Yep.
Y'all.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Cause we about to get deep.
Nah, we did our homework this time, Pop.
Did that homework?
We did our homework this time.
You remember that from that 5 Heartbeats. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all with us. Hey, listen, man. Fast and Furious, you know what I'm saying? Number 10. I will say that
Part 1 of the trilogy.
I think that, I think that so far, up to number 5 and 6, maybe for me,
Spoilers.
they were all in the reality, you know what I'm saying, realm. And then, of course, it got a little ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? They started stretching reality a little bit for me. But I am still heavily, heavily vested in this series for some reason. I cannot get enough. I don't know why. And I know that it's ridiculous. And they know it's ridiculous. Because, Ray, I think I told you, man, I was like, man, I'm not going to watch Fast 9 again, Yeah. And Mom's came into town, and she was saying that she hadn't seen it. So I started it for her, and I sat there. And, bro, I got to that part, man, spoilers for Fast 9. I told you, man, I got to that part where Tyrese is in that hole, right? And there he's covered. I mean, there's a circle of people around here, and they just blasted into this hole. And he just turns around, Rambo style, even screaming, ah, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Takes them all out.
Black Rambo.
Right, Black Rambo. He comes back later on probably the next scene, bro, and he literally says to Luda, he was like, hey, man, I'm starting to think that we're invincible. He's like, look, everything that happened to us, we never get hurt. He said, I don't even have a scratch. He said, look at my jacket. It's got bullet holes in it. Bullet holes, man. And I'm still not touched.
Yeah.
At that moment right there, that movie became self-aware. They knew.
It's like you said. You just told me off mic. You said they took the internet serious.
That's right.
Yeah.
They was like, whatever y'all say, we gonna put it in the 9. Y'all wrote it.
That's right.
This was y'all movie.
The internet is directing these movies now. No longer, we don't even need directors. The internet directs these movies. And so right then I said, you know what? Stop taking it so seriously and just get you some popcorn and some drinks and just sit down and watch a movie. You know what I mean?
Man, how many drinks you took, man?
About 2 or 3 shots. And then that helped me get through.
There it is.
That helped me get through and get prepared for Fast 10. You hear what I'm saying? And at that moment, I started to enjoy the movie better because I realized you're taking it way too seriously, man. Yeah, just enjoy a good movie. And I'm saying to say that is what helped me enjoy Fast 10. So for me,
y'all heard that, y'all.
Yeah.
Go take a couple shots.
Yes.
Sit down, relax in the theater with some good popcorn and good snack. And just
a couple shots.
A movie.
You can do a couple things too. Just don't do fentanyl. As long as you don't do fentanyl. If y'all go back and listen to that, you know what I mean? You'll find out why you don't do fentanyl. But yeah, man. So I'll say that so far, I'm liking it. And if it's part of a trilogy, Ray, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and go for all of those, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. I think I even joked and said to you, even if they do Fast 20, as much as I probably would hate it, I'm gonna probably be there too. I'll be about 70 years old, but I'm gonna be watching.
We in for the long haul.
Yeah, I'm in for the long haul, dog. But yeah. So Fast X official trailer. We're gonna go through this, man, and we're gonna go ahead and break this thing down a little bit. You know what I mean, for y'all that haven't seen this movie, and we'll tell you our takes on this thing, man. So, but before I do that, I'm just gonna say something real quick.
Spoilers.
SC, what'd you think so far, man? No, matter of fact, don't give him the Fast X. Are you a Fast and Furious fan?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, I like action movies, but when it first came out, I was very interested in the series, in the saga. But as it went on, kind of got into other ventures. And
which one did they lose you at, bro?
Between 5 and 7.
5 and 7, okay.
Between 5 and 7 somewhere.
You got up in there a little bit. You got up in there. Arguably, number 5 is the best one to me. You know what I mean? I mean, that was when they introduced the ensemble cast. You know what I mean? They brought everybody back, and I'm like, oh, they doing something now. This is new. 2 and 5. That's you. 2 and 5.
John Singleton did too.
He did.
Excuse me.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That's right.
No wonder why that movie was so
That's why
damn
it was so good. That's right.
No wonder why it was so damn good.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Now, I'll say too, shout out to Justin Lin because they brought him in, I think, in 4. And the direction started to change as well because it's almost like they revamped it after Tokyo Drift. Now, Tokyo Drift, for a lot of people, is the worst one.
That's the one. I don't care what none of y'all say.
That's the worst one for you?
That's the worst one for me.
Really?
Y'all good.
I heard somewhere they said it was the first 3 was gonna be an anthology, like it was gonna be separate, but they end up making it one whole story eventually. Yeah,
that's interesting. That would make sense though, which is why they kind of drifted off from because as you guys know,
Drift. I see what you did there.
you see that?
Yeah, you that man. You
didn't
boy. You that boy.
Thank you. I'm here to Thursday. Listen, so what they did was they just totally wiped all the characters away that you know. You know what I mean, right? They're in a whole nother country and everything. Like, they got all this stuff going, and they introduced all these new people. And so I think they lost a lot of those fans, you know what I mean, that were already vested into it. Now, worst one, Ray, I got to tell you, man, between that one and F9 for me, dog, I mean...
F9, yeah, they running the race.
Oh, dog.
They running the race is crazy.
See, look at what we doing today.
I
You see all these references? Oh, we on point today, baby.
Audience, I just want to point out, I am the only one on the panel who appreciates Tokyo Drift for what it was.
Now, I didn't hate it, man. I honestly didn't. After rewatching it again, I appreciated it a little bit more. But I guess what the first thing throws you off is my boy... is it Lucas Black? Because he's got such a heavy twang. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's got that real heavy country twang. You know, I'm driving the cars, man. You know, I can't even do the twang. And so it's, you know, and then they brought, of course, Bow Wow. And I think they kind of lost some people with the Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Thrizzle. Yeah. Shout out Thrizzle, man.
And I don't think he did a bad job, dog. It was just like, I don't know if it seemed like he belonged in that world. You know what I mean? Or not. But who knows? And was it Twink? Is that what the name was? Twinkie?
Yeah.
Twink. But anyway. Now we do know
belonging in the universe.
Spoiler alert, which gave it validation. We do know that last person that he raced at the very end ended up being Vin Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Dom Toretto. You know what I mean? So that's what brought it back and made it part of the universe. And of course, as we know from, was it 9? You know, they ended up bringing those characters back. So they tied it all the way back in. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what they did with that is kind of what Marvel did with Endgame, because Thor, Dark World was one of the worst ones according to everyone. That was one of the worst ones. Well, when they brought it back in Endgame, they kind of fixed a lot of things that people had an issue with. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what Fast and Furious did with these characters in 9. But anyway, so yeah. So besides 3, Tokyo Drift, all the other movies have pretty much stayed with all these characters that you've gone to love. That being Dom and Brian and Letty, right? Tyrese's character, can't even think of him. Loudmouth. Tej with his ludicrous, you know what I mean? Lot of people, man. A lot of people. And they've pretty much made it all the way through. I mean, from what we understand about Fast and Furious so far is that you cannot die. There is no dying in Fast Furious. You know what I mean? I would
we'll
imagine...
save that for our review, though, because it's
a
bigger plot hole for that. Why, you know?
Yeah.
I think there was a credit scene that shocked a lot of the people who've been with this franchise.
Ooh, boy.
For a while.
Big time. So yeah, man. Hey, so Bree, let me ask you this, Bree. Like, how far into Fast and Furious did you get?
I think I just watched the first one.
Really?
I could have watched more than one, but I was never into it.
Mm-hmm.
I like action movies, but I'm not that deep on action movies. But I don't know. I didn't follow up with it. So.
Gotcha. And I mean, now, are you into like cars, racing, you know, all that type stuff?
That's what brought me into it.
Not really. I just recently went to my niece's graduation.
Okay.
And she had it at the Motor Speedway.
Oh, Atlanta Motor Speedway? That's what's up. I used to build stages there.
Yeah.
Nice.
You remember where we performed?
We performed at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah, look at you. I see you.
Oh, go ahead, plug it, y'all. Performing. What?
Oh, yeah, we see, man. What?
So, yeah.
That's a segment in itself.
Seeing that, I've never seen I don't think I ever seen the inside of it besides where we were. It was quite interesting. I was like, yeah, I'll come out here and try to see the racers, race or whatever. So,
right. Well,
I guess I will take a look at this movie due to that.
You should. Now, a little backstory, Bree, just to tell you why you really should go inside there. So when we was building the stages, right after we finished building it, the track was empty, and they was like, "You want to drive around the track?" I'm like, I want to drive around this track, man. Come on, man.
Play with me, dog.
Man, I turned to Smokey. I want some Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I drove around, man. I had my mom's Grand Marquis. Bro, Man, I drove around that track, yo. And let me tell you, it's a real thing. When you hit that curve, you are like, it's almost like your car is on two wheels, and you're leaning down and everything, right? So you literally have to take your foot off the gas, or you will go into that wall without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I had a lot more respect for race car drivers after feeling the track. Like, it's one thing when you're looking at it and it feels boring, right? Because you're just like, they're just going in a circle. You know what I'm saying? What's exciting about that? But if you're in the car and you're going 80, 90 miles per hour, and once you hit that curve, it's like you have to drive into the curve. You know what I mean? Because it will throw you into that wall. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was actually exciting. So if you're a speed junkie or adrenaline junkie and all that stuff there, I can definitely see the rush with driving a car at, how fast do they drive, Ray? About 100 and some miles per hour?
At least.
I don't know how far they over 100.
At least 100,
Right.
100 plus.
Right.
They professional drivers, 140.
140. With me going 85 miles, that's what I remember doing. I was like, I was back in the future, about to go back in time. I'm going 85 miles per hour. I could feel the pull into the wall. So I can't imagine 140. You like race car drivers, 100% got my respect. You know what I'm saying? To be able to control that. You know. So yeah, Bree, you should definitely check it out, man. If you go in there, man, and especially if they let you drive on that track, you would love it. It's amazing. So yeah, but shout out to your niece, man,
sure.
to graduation and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for sure.
Big accomplishment.
Congratulations. Yeah. I see you over there, Auntie. Hey, Auntie.
Auntie Bree. Auntie 40.
Yeah, don't do me like that.
Don't do me like that.
Yeah, man. But
I'm still young, you guys.
hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with a bit. Auntie don't mean old.
Hey, there's a lot of young aunties nowadays. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. There's a lot of young aunties.
There's some sexy aunties out there. What's up? Shout out to all the sexy aunties out there. You know what I mean? Make some noise up in here, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. You know,
Okay.
in real life, I don't care for drag racing. Like, it's dangerous to do that on the street. I see it all the time, and it's too dangerous. You know, you got other people's lives around.
Of course.
You're talking about the illegal drag racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You see a lot of that down in ATL?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
They getting in here too.
Yep.
They got their car clubs.
Yeah, I see on TikTok a lot. They're usually in Dallas. They have like a little drag strip where I see a lot of people bring their cars in. They got the little, the little countdown meter, and they just straight down the track.
Word, okay.
Race.
Yeah.
I think they was doing that a lot downtown. On the street that has the rainbow on it. They was out there. I'm not gonna say racing. They was doing the little I forgot what you call it, where
Donuts.
all of them meet up and go around, and the donuts. They was doing that a lot.
That's what's up.
Rainbow Road.
What's up, Ray? Ray, you be racing on the side, bro? You know all the terminologies and
No. Let's not gloss.
We got a secret racer over here,
Let's
man.
not gloss over the fact that she just said what a rainbow is. Rainbow Road, dog. I had to hit a couple donuts.
That Mario Kart.
Yes, sir. I had to hit a couple donuts over there too.
Yeah, you know.
That's what's up. Oh man. Yeah, the only time I actually see it is when I'm driving, I'm minding my business. Now we all know that down here in Texas, most of the roads are 70 miles per hour, maybe even 75. And if you go on 130, you definitely going 85 miles per hour. Look,
And I'm going 100 on that thing.
easy. Ray, the first time I saw it when I moved here, I stopped, parked my car, got in front of that sign, and took a picture and sent it to somebody at ATL. Like, you are not going to believe how fast I can drive right now. I'm never getting a speeding ticket again. You hear what I'm saying?
Never.
Dude, oh my God, bro.
Never.
Hey, man, in ATL, they was pouring out of my glove compartment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 55 miles.
Yeah. Oof.
And I think they might have just taken it up to 65 on 285. You know what I'm saying? But it was horrible, bro. They used to love me. But yeah, man. So now here, when I'm going down 35 and I'm doing about 70, 75 or whatever, I'm minding my business. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like, they passing me. Now, and if you just minding your business too and you ain't paying attention, boy, that'll unnerve you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It'll unnerve you just a little bit. You know what I mean? And then you see that one, and you always see the other one. And here's the question, guys. And I know we getting off a little off track, but I'm sorry. I got to ask this question because I know some of y'all feel me on this one here. Why is it when that happens that police are never around?
That's not how life works, dog.
Yeah.
Life don't work like
But
that.
they're around when you're doing it.
Exactly.
Thank
That's
you,
how.
Bree.
That's
Thank
how
you, Bree.
life works. The way Bree just said it. That's how
Bree,
life
you
works.
ain't even got to be doing that. SC is my witness. You could just have a tail light out or something. You could just have your license plate light or something, or your license plate light can be blue, right? You know what I'm saying?
They messing with the wrong.
That's a problem. But let somebody be speeding at, you know what I'm saying, at 100 miles per hour. Nope, no. You know, they over at Round Rock Donuts. You know what I'm saying?
That just reminded me of a TikTok I saw, man, yesterday. It was a biker who was was in a 3-way intersection.
Right.
So the biker had the right of way, but the truck tried to cut him off, but let him go. So up the block a little bit because he made the left turn, and they were following each other. At the stop sign, the truck just drives completely around while the cop is coming that way.
Come on.
He completely drove around the dude in the bike and sped through and almost hit 2 cars that was going through the intersection at the stop sign. Cop did nothing. The biker was like, "You not gonna stop him or nothing?" The cop flipped him off.
Oh, come on, stop playing.
The cop flipped the biker off.
Oh, come on.
Let that truck go. Just go by.
Oh, come on, dog. Don't tell me that. You're going to have me upset.
That was in Oklahoma, though.
Okay, well,
That was in Oklahoma, not Texas.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. See, and listen, man, and I'm going to say this. Cops, we're not trying to crap on you right here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man, it's just a little frustrating that, you know what I mean, when the actual stuff is happening, y'all never seem to be around sometimes. I'm just saying, man, come on now. You know what I mean? Give me a break here. You know, we just speaking how we feel, speaking our truth. So.
That's all.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, Bree. I was just curious to know how you really felt about, race cars and all this anyway, because I like to drive fast. I'm not gonna lie. So for me, I get to watch Fast and Furious and imagine that I'm Dom and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Now the times when I'm speeding or doing what I'm doing, my mind never works as fast as Dom does. You know what I'm saying? Like this man, I think, what do you call him, SC MacGyver? I've never. It's not Fast X or Fast and Furious to me. It's Fast Thinking to me. That's the name of these movies. Because I swear, man, I've never seen someone get out of stuff instantly. Like immediately know where to go. They immediately know where to jump off a cliff, to hit a crane, to make it spin around, and stop a rolling ball on fire.
All right. We got to get through the trailer.
Yep. Let's go.
Let's get through the trailer.
Hey, man, I'm hyped to do this thing.
Come
man.
on now.
Slow me down.
Go ahead, let Bree play that trailer. Now we gonna get to your favorite part of the movie. All right.
Yeah, man. All right, Bree. I'm ready. They ready. They ready, Bree. Let's go ahead. Let's
Let's do this trailer, man.
Let's do it.
Get his bean footage.
Punch it!
Punch it.
We'd already be there if Roman wasn't driving Ford Knox on wheels.
That goes like
Me shining, baby.
He was definitely shining.
Well, lock this eye.
It's a trap.
That's the bomb.
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up? What? The Vatican? Wow, you guys are going to hell.
The star of the movie.
All right, Bree, let's stop it right there, man.
Star of the movie. The absolute star of the movie.
I want to see that.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, Bree.
She might like it too.
Did y'all hear that? We done brought her back.
Yeah.
Now, she just said she see past one, and she see the 2 seconds of this trailer. Hey, man. Hey. Now, let's stop right here for a second. Now, first of all, that gold Lamborghini, though. Hold up, man.
That thing was fire.
Okay. Look, I ain't mad at Tyrese, man. Look, loudmouth. Get loudmouth for gold Lamborghini, man.
Oh, man.
That's a part of the franchise that just intrigues me the most. Just seeing the cars.
For sure. They do have some of the best cars I've ever seen, without a doubt. Now, my part was, of course, they showed the ball that I was just referring to that you guys told me to hold up on. But they just showed that ball.
That's why I was like, let's just get into the trailer a little bit.
All right.
And then we can let you cook. We can let you cook, dog.
The ball was a bomb, as we know. Okay, they even just said it. And their mission was to stop this ball from tearing up the whole town and whatever. So that was a very interesting part. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. I really was. You know what I'm saying? Do they save the day? We're not even gonna tell you that. But what I wanted to talk about was your boy, man. Jason Momoa, man.
The star of the film,
bro.
They brought it.
Bro.
Yep.
I didn't know what to expect, man. Yes, I did. That's a lie. You know what I expected? I expected another throwaway villain, right? We got a big buff guy. You know what I'm saying? With all the rest of the big buff guys, Vin Diesel and Rocks, and you know what I'm saying? Right, the buffest.
Who's the hardest?
Who's the artist?
You got to flex on them.
Right. You know what I mean? So I thought, okay, here we go, right? Because that's usually what he's playing, right? If it's Aquaman, if it's what, big buff sexy man, right? Okay, cool. This boy had a lot of fun. And I'm gonna shout you out, X, because I think you made the perfect reference. When as soon as you said it, I was like, boy, when you said this was his Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was,
That
his,
was
Joker.
his Joker.
I said, boy, you nailed that.
And then when you talked about the similarities, I'm like the purple and everything.
He
Yeah.
had that purple robe on. He was doing the nails of the dead dudes he had killed. I'm like, that's straight Joker. That's
That
something
literally
Joker would do.
reminds me of the animated Joker. It reminds me of Arkham, the
Without a doubt.
game Joker. Like, that man was in his bag.
Heath Ledger's Joker, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Purple is beginning to be a villain color, if you notice.
Yeah, for real.
We talked about that in one of the other episodes.
Oh man, you just hurt me. Cause that's my favorite color, man. So I'm a villain now. God
Be the
dog.
villain.
Depending on what timeline you living in.
Yeah, there we
Depending on
go.
what
Bring it back.
timeline you living in.
Bring it back. It's the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Prince was purple.
Prince was purple, the purple one. I'm saying.
The purple one.
Hey man,
Hey,
come
man.
on. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. So Bree, let me ask you this.
To some, he was considered a villain.
That's right.
Oh.
2 seconds into it, Bree. From what you saw, what does it look like to you?
It looks good. Got some popular actors in it.
Mhm.
So yeah, it just looks like it's new and fresh to me.
Right.
Like it looks like it's hype.
Right.
That's just the intro, but yeah, I still want to dive into it to see more. I hope they don't tell it all.
Oh, I know what you
Or
mean.
show
Like
the whole movie.
Like the whole movie is the
Yeah.
trailers, right? Right? The best parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think you'll be happy to know that. No, actually, no. But let's go ahead and keep it going, and we'll see.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if y'all saw the reference right there.
If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family. Piece by piece.
The devil's coming.
Tommy, I knew you would come for me. So how about we all just start shooting each other? Time to end this.
Okay, Bree. Let's see it right there. Okay, now, what's funny, man? Watching this now, I'm like, oh, I'm picking up on what they did. Now, first of all, especially X, since you diving into this 5, what does that rolling ball through the city remind y'all of? The safe.
The month.
It reminds you of that safe.
Yeah.
Because that's how the safe was going through Rio. They was tearing up everything. You know what I'm saying?
As a spoiler, that's what he said it was for.
That's right.
He sent that ball through there as a symbolism of that safe.
That's right. That boy, yeah, boy, you paid attention,
Hey.
boy. You did your homework for real, dog. He took notes and everything, boy. That's a bad boy. Yeah, and then now there's a part where when it blew up and he held his arms out like this, he looked like the Redeemer that's in Rio.
Yep.
The Redeemer sits right in as high as you can see it in Rio, and actually in Dominican Republic too. When I went to the Dominican Republic, I realized they had a Redeemer there too. So shout out to the DR. Yeah, man. So I thought that was really cool. I see the symbolism with that as well. And spoiler alerts for you guys who haven't seen any of this. What we didn't know that this whole time in 5 was that the part, Ray, where you're talking about your boy came out with the cannon and he's shooting and everything. They did not show the driver in 5.
They didn't.
But what we found out was that driver was actually Jason Momoa, and his dad was
cooking.
Yeah, and his dad was the bad guy in 5.
Because in order to play that out, I don't know how, like, who was in a bag when they went back and was like, we could actually use that as a synopsis for this movie.
I mean, it was genius.
You know what I mean? Like the way y'all told me, like, we don't know who was in that car.
Right.
So it's like, again, you could cast anybody that you feel perfect for that.
Absolutely.
To be the villain and the bad guy.
Absolutely.
Because obviously they got a bone to pick.
Right.
Because you knocked me clean off the road.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed my pops.
Not only that, but into the water. He knocked him out not only off the
And into the water.
Into the water.
You wanted me to drown and die, huh? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I heard you loud and clear, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I thought that was like whoever thought about that, shout out to you. That is absolutely amazing writing. Amazing writing.
Yep.
And they took one of the best ones to base it off of. Right, Ray? Yeah. So, yeah, man. I love it so far. The callbacks, without a doubt, and the scene that we're on right now, as we see your boy Han and what is Jason Statham's character? I can't even think of his name right now.
Something Shaw.
Something Shaw. Well, obviously. I see what you did. You sit too close to Ray to be saying that, dog. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, Bree, let me tell you something. It is action packed. So what you're seeing right now is basically just one scene, man.
That's the bread on the table.
Yeah, for real.
Before you even order the appetizer.
Absolutely. So I will say to you that halfway through this 2 minute and 36-minute trailer, they're only pretty much showing you one kind of scene. You know what I mean? One important scene. So, and it's plenty more. It's two hours. What? How long is it? 2 hours and
2 hours and some change.
Yeah. All right, Bree.
This movie starting to be long now.
Hey.
Standard now.
Well, you know they got all these characters in there, man, and you know they got to give everybody some screen time and all that. But do they? But look, you know what we're gonna dive into. You know what we're gonna dive into when we get done with this.
All right. I'll hold off.
All right, come on with it, Bree.
Let's dig some graves.
You are not to be trusted.
Hey, you ain't on my Christmas list either.
Cavalry's here.
Cheers. We need weapons and cars.
And cars. Do you like surprises? I adore them.
I'd stay down if I was you.
You'll need to hit me harder for that.
The game's over, Dom. You lose. This is your last ride. Then you might want to buckle up.
I know, right?
That was tough.
Bree.
That was tough.
Bree.
You might like that,
I'm
bro.
trying to told you. I'm trying to
I
told
like
you.
that.
Hey.
Wow.
Bree. Oh, you going to see this right so we finish podcast.
Hey, I have to bring this back, dog.
I gotta see it. That looks good.
Bree back, y'all. We done got her back. She's back in the Fast and Furious. Oh, man.
They got what kind of cameras they have, because those are
It look beautiful, didn't it?
upgraded.
They were shooting in like 60 frames per second. I said that when we after we watched it.
Mm-hmm. It looked like
Definitely
a video game.
Sharp definition.
Yeah, man. So when we stopped the last time, I didn't get you to make that comment. The part where they're in Rio and Jason and Vin are, facing each other and they all pull guns out from each side. That is reminiscent of Part 5 when it was The Rock in them.
Yeah, that was my favorite parts of the movie right there.
Bruh.
So I need to go back and watch 5.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite lines when he was like, you so put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest.
I don't feel like it.
What about you, Brian? You feel like you're under arrest? No, not even a little bit. Well, I said, ooh, that's hard. That was hard, wasn't it, bro? Like, ooh. You can't get no harder than that, dog. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Absolutely. A lot of things they did right. A lot of things they did right. I feel it. Now, me and Ray, we're gonna go ahead and discuss this because this was definitely an issue for us.
Yeah.
The fighting.
The fight scene.
Jeez Louise, man. Come on, bro. Bro, listen. The
Let's
racing,
talk about it,
oh,
crew.
man, the
Let's
racing,
talk
you
about
expect that, right? You're a lot of racing. Now, if they wanted to break up the monotony and say, okay, we're not going to have all racing. Let's throw up a little fight in here, so forth, so on. Because we do know that after 5 or by 5, it became more action-oriented, right?
Yeah.
A lot more fighting. Some kind of way these all race car drivers became super adept at
skilled martial artists,
marksmen,
they was
sharpshooters, everything, right?
Sharpshooters.
Whatever they needed them to be, they were, right? Okay, whatever, okay. But here's the thing, man. For every race, the next scene, fight. Everybody got introduced, whether it was Brie Larson, Alan Richardson, Jason Momoa, Charlize Theron, whatever. They had to have an accompanying fight scene with it. Unnecessary.
Maybe they were still doing some fan service. Maybe somebody said, "Man, they still doing these race cars, man."
You just said they take the internet serious, dog.
Yeah, that fan need to be slapped because you know what I'm saying. That's a little too much, man. It's a little too much.
They probably put an action scene in there.
I mean, man.
And then we got one every other scene.
Right.
Especially that Cypher and Letty fight.
Come on, tell him, Ray. Please tell him why.
I up to you and told you what's coming to you. She pretty much got you out of harm's danger. Right. You want to fight the woman.
And you want to fight her.
She said, "Look, I need my one.
Dude.
We could get through this, whatever we got to do. I know I got to work with you. I got to get my one. Let me get my. I got 4 minutes. I'm gonna get my one, and then we gonna get out of here,
man.
Point blank, period."
And you know, so let me play devil's advocate for a second. Let me play that devil's advocate. I arguably, because I know Timmy, you had that same argument. I'm playing devil's advocate. I get what they're trying to say, that Charlize Theron's character, or who it was, a Cypher. She killed the little boy's mom. You know what I'm saying? Vin's, baby mama, basically, right? She killed her in part 8, right? Okay. So this is her moment to say, well, you still about to get got for that.
Yeah.
But they had 4 minutes before this vault opened or whatever it was, right? You mean to tell me that you're going to try to fight and you're going to fight in 4 minutes? Yeah. You know that's going to take you only 4 minutes to fight. You breaking windows, jumping through glass.
That's all. I just need to squabble.
Man.
Teach a man how to squabble.
Come on, man.
Run that fade.
When you got out of there.
Right, bro.
Hold this right now, man.
We handle that later. Yeah, man, bruh. Yeah, see that right there when it feels like you force feeding us, and they didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? So that part I didn't agree with, but it is what it is. And
also again, fan engagement, dog. It might not only just be fan service, but how do we keep people engaged throughout this story that we're trying to tell?
Yeah, that ain't it.
Racing and fighting, dog.
You can give me something else, man.
Racing and fighting.
Cypher could have been doing some, what did she do? Hacking type stuff.
Yeah.
Letty could have been doing something, man. But come on, bro. And I guess, man, it was overkill for me. Yeah. It was just overkill, man. You just didn't need that much fighting. But whatever. And everybody fought. Brian's wife, Vin's sister. Yeah. Well, she was helling them. These were trained Navy SEALs or whatever they were, right? Come on, bro.
Ain't had a fight in all the movies.
Yeah, bro. And she boy. Man, yeah. But again, guys, if y'all remember what I said, if you go back and listen to F9 and listen to Tyrese told you. He said, "Listen, we're invincible. We're whatever you need us to be. I got bullet holes in my jacket, and I'm not scratched. You hear what I'm saying? So we can be whatever, man. But you know what? That's probably my biggest gripe. That's probably
shout out Roman Pierce,
without a doubt.
Loudmouth.
Yeah, loudmouth. Yeah,
AKA loudmouth, dog.
Yeah, so for that, Bree, I think when you're going into it, and I just realized too when I was talking about Brie Larson, Bree, I wasn't referring to you. Bree, you can fight if you want. It's fine. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about these other cats. But no. But other than that, man, I have small, minute gripes. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot. And I think Ray, what did you have about Jason Statham? Did you feel like he brought it, or was he a little over the top?
Well, I don't even think they needed him for this movie.
Right.
But in Hobbs and Shaw, I felt like, man, both of them was over the top. They just trying to one-up each other. But that's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the synopsis of the movie.
That was the setup, though, right?
That was the setup, though.
Like that?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You do something, I could do it better.
Right.
I could do this better, but you can't do this.
Right.
Until they learn that the threat is big enough that we got to do this together.
We got to do this together. Yeah, we got to work together.
Just sound like kids.
Oh, man. You know what's funny, though? You mentioned Brie Larson getting this Marvel money and the Fast and Furious. Mm-hmm. Look who at the bottom. Michael Rooker. That's Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, he was Buddy in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, SC told you a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Once you're in the fam, you in there.
You locked in, dog.
Locked in. And of course they brought Han back. And Han, as y'all saw, was facing the dude who allegedly killed him, right? That we found out supposedly have killed him. Now, the part that tripped me out about Han, again, fight scenes, right? if you go back to 5, he was getting his butt handed to him. Him and Tyrese. But in this one, you know what I mean? Like,
well, he learned something over the years.
That's what they were trying to show. So, character development. He learned how to fight. Once again, the synopsis of Fast X, I need my one before I can be cordial with you.
Godly. Then we can talk, right?
Yeah, because even Tyrese and Luda fighting. I mean.
Yeah. True. Right. That was the other Oh, my God. Thank you for saying that. I forgot about that, bro, because I was like,
They was in that shop fighting for a good little 3-4 minutes, 4-minute squabble.
But I'm like, why? Y'all wait all these movies to do it?
Come on, this was the one where we got to fight. All these jokes back and forth.
Oh, man, I tell you. They even had them lined up together on the little thing right here, don't they? Like right above each other. That's funny. So let me ask you this, X. You watched all the way up to 4. I think you're getting through 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before you did watch 5, and you see that 5 is actually pretty decent, what did you feel about this? Like, how were you receiving this movie? Just as a movie goer, period.
Oh, well, as a movie goer, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I tuned out of this franchise. I tuned out.
Okay.
I called for it. That's why I don't remember it too much, because I caught it on cable and there was nothing else on TV to watch. I don't remember it that much.
Okay.
I didn't see 5 through 9. You know, so going into 10, it's like, all right, well, you know, I'm gonna have my non-biased journalism hat on.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this film, to me, besides the small nuances that I think probably the three of us agree on, it was still a good movie.
So
you know what I mean? But as far as the franchise goes, I tuned out because of all the extraness, all the, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, had I tuned into 5 originally, I think I probably still would have been a part of the franchise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because hearing how y'all talk about 5 and what I'm watching, it feels more like I would have stuck with the franchise.
Yeah, you can see it, right?
I can see why there's a reason to stick with it.
Sure.
Right? Especially if 6, 7, and 8 aren't 9.
Right.
If that's what you're telling me, then
But you watched all of them, but then you didn't watch all of them, but you watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Hey, man.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Hey, man. Just another circumstance where, thanks to streaming, you know, as SC pointed out many episodes ago, it's just accessible.
Oh my God.
So
oh man.
I had a sister ex-boyfriend who's really a big fan of The Rock, and he just put it on one day, so I just watched it. But I like I said, if I'd have watched 5, I probably would have continued with the franchise just like everybody else.
So let me ask you this: as Bree, as we just talked about, Bree stopped in 1, and what I'm asking you is, as a moviegoer, if Bree decided right now, she's like, man, I don't feel like going all back through all that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go see this. This right here looks good to me. I just want to go back. Do you think Bree will honestly enjoy this movie without the rest of that?
I think so, because I think they did a good job of referencing 5 with enough piece and story information for you to follow the story.
So you do suggest you at least watch 5?
I say if you like 10, then go back and watch 5 to understand.
Okay.
The reference, understand for a fill-in.
Sure.
Yeah,
I will say that. And you'll appreciate 10 a little bit more, because I think I'm starting to appreciate it a little bit more.
I got you.
Like you said, I agree with y'all. I think there was a lot of unnecessary fighting.
Sure.
But I think the fights could have been filler. That's part of how I feel too. I think most of those fights are probably filler, but I thought maybe that was just some past squabble drama from the old movies that I don't know too much about.
So.
I mean, come on, you got plenty of time for that, right? Yeah. You could put that in the after credits if you want to. I don't care. Put it in the post scene. Okay.
But yeah, I think going to go see 10, you'll still appreciate it, because Jason Momoa.
He did it, man.
He did that thing, man.
He did it. You could tell that he was having fun, bro.
Yeah.
He was truly enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. And then it helps too, because I seen more of Jason Momoa's stuff outside of DC, outside of Fast. Like it's a great, and it's not a plug because you're not paying us, but Apple TV has this great show called C, where
I knew you was going there.
Oh yeah,
I knew you was going there.
Cause he in his bag, yo. Like it's just you get to know actors and their range and what they can do, it helps you appreciate their work more.
Okay.
And that just showed me a little bit more because I hate Aquaman. I'll run it into the ground how much I hate it.
Wow.
Nothing to do with Jason because he's still a good actor. Aquaman as a character, you can't do anything to me to make him more appealing to me. Even if it is a buff, sexy, character as Jason Momoa is.
Right.
You know what I mean? That does nothing for me.
It's just something about swimming underwater just don't do it for you.
And holding a trident and telling fish to do stuff, it's fickle, it's garbage. I'm sorry.
That's like the coolest superpower though, right? You can talk to fish.
Nah, like on the boys.
Like on the boys.
Boys.
Let's talk about it, man.
Come on, man.
Well, you got Homelanders around and it's all right. That's a different tangent.
Oh my God.
But I appreciate Jason's range and what he brought to this film.
Okay.
So that's what made me want to go back and give y'all opinion, a take, and say, okay, let me watch 5.
Right.
And that's where I came with, even though I'm only like halfway through it.
Right.
I see where it was going, and I see where we're at now with Fast 10. Right. So it's like, yeah, I probably would have stuck with the franchise. I probably would have seen 6, 7, and 8.
So you hear that, Bree, and that's not to put you on blast because you only saw the first one, but that's to say that for anybody listening to it that did check out as well, and it was like, man, that stuff got ridiculous, whatever. But you can see this trailer and feel like, man, I might want to go back and check this out. From what X is saying, and I agree, you can go to this movie without the rest of that knowledge. I mean, you know the base characters in a sense, you know what I'm saying? You know Dom and Brian and so forth, so on, whatever. Even though we lost Paul Walker and right around 7.
Yeah,
7.
Basically while filming 7.
That you could go into this and enjoy this because it's just a good movie, period. So, Bree, I actually am hoping that you do go, and so maybe we can circle back later and just see what your take on it. You know what I mean? We'll give you time to just give a quick little review on it and see it as a person who checked out but then checked back in. You know what I'm saying? Because it is good. I think they did the best they could, you know what I'm saying, with what they got. You know, they lost a major character, and they've tried to, you know what I mean, keep it going as much as they could. And I think that was strictly for the fans, and maybe in honor of, Paul. But, man, listen, it's a lot of stuff in here, man. There's a lot going on. I mean, and I was saying it earlier. Characters don't die in this movie, man. I mean, they come back, man. They multiply. You know what I'm saying? They don't die, they multiply. And they come back, and every time you turn around, oh, wow, that person is back, and they do a decent job of explaining it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Han, last we saw in Tokyo Drift, he blew up in the car, and then all of a sudden he was back.
He back and whole too.
And he burnt up, and nothing ain't no.
You know what I mean? But at least I saw Tokyo Drift to know that happened.
Yeah, real. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I have gained so much respect for Michelle Rodriguez's as an actress,
showing the range.
Without a doubt, man.
Seeing the range of an actor and actress.
Yes,
help you appreciate their work.
Without a doubt. From her work in Dungeons and Dragons, you know what I'm saying? To everything
Which
she was
is now
doing.
streamable.
Oh, it's streamable?
It's streamable now.
That's
go
what's
check
up.
it out.
Oh, man, y'all go check out. First of all, before you check that out, you know what I'm saying?
Check out our review.
That's right, baby. And then go check out Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, you notice I didn't say Double Dragons this time?
Yeah.
Double Dragons, yeah.
We try not to spoil it too much for some things we just got to talk about, but we try not to give you too much. Especially when we have Bree on here and she haven't seen the movie. And Bree still rock. Listen, guys, if Bree's still on here rocking with us, you know what I mean? So y'all know we don't spoil it too much for him. But yeah, man, great stuff, man. Now, I will say this, Alan Richardson, man, he came from Titans. He was playing Hawkman on Titans. And he was buff on there, but man, what you say, Ray? He got yoked?
Boy, got yoked.
Boy.
That boy yoked up.
Yeah, man, it was surprising to see him, man. But I respect him as an actor. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely doing a good job making some moves. I liked it, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked it. I'm really excited about Fast X2, I guess. I don't know.
What are they gonna call it?
X point?
No, y'all know what they gonna do. They gonna drop the Roman numerals on that thing, man. The Roman numerals gonna stand for part 2.
Okay.
So it's really gonna be Fast 12.
Fast 12.
But it's gonna be X part 2. We can't see the dot.
Yeah. Now, with all these characters that we can see right now. What is Cardi B? Wait a minute, what is Cardi B doing on here? Wait a minute.
I said that, dog. I promise you, I said
I
that.
saw her in one before, man. She did like a cameo in one.
She did, but it wasn't in this one.
Maybe,
No.
maybe she was in 9 like everybody else.
Maybe she was an extra.
It was 9. That's what it was, wasn't it? She was in 9.
I think I called it. Swish.
She done put herself on the. She like, I'm in here too. Okay, well.
They might have used one of her songs through her in the cast.
So, Ray, there's an argument that the mom, you and I feel like this is our first time them showing the mom. Oh. Someone says,
Mama Shaw,
that we know.
Speaking of Mama Shaw,
we're gonna speak on this right now because we know they're gonna listen to this podcast, right? Yeah. Now let's go ahead and debunk this rumor. If anybody knows that the mama, okay,
Mama Shaw,
not Mama Shaw. No, Mama Shaw was in there. We ain't talking about Mama Shaw. We talking about Mama Toretto. Yeah.
There we go.
Mama
there
Toretto
we go.
Was in a previous installment of these movies.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it.
They ain't never even mentioned.
Well, we ain't gonna ask you, X.
Don't ask me.
We ain't gonna ask you, SC.
I mean, we can ask our resident.
Yeah, resident researcher.
Our resident researcher.
But I don't think she was in there, man. I really don't.
You sure she wasn't in like a flashback or something?
Nope. Not a flashback, flash forward, nothing.
She wasn't in the kitchen cooking or nothing.
She wasn't in Flash Dance. She wasn't in nothing. She wasn't in the Flash. I ain't seen nothing nowhere near. Nah, she wasn't in there. Yeah.
You're going too far back.
Yeah, you're way back, man. Yeah, you're going to 1965.
This is her discography, though.
Yeah, Rita Moreno. Actually, when I saw her name, I was like, yeah, I've seen her before and stuff, and I just couldn't remember. Yeah. Oh, the Magic School Bus. Y'all don't know nothing about the Magic School Bus.
We brought up
y'all
that,
don't.
Man.
The Rock Files.
Shout out to the nanny, man.
Yeah. Good stuff. 80 for Brady. Okay. All right, she's in there.
Shout out Fran Drescher.
All right. The Electric Company. What y'all don't know about the Electric Company?
Sad story.
The Muppet Show. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. But she did a good job, man. It was cool finally seeing that. Because as we know that, we found out in 9. Well, we already knew that his father died, but we understood what happened and why Toretto beat man half to death with her pipe wrench. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was good stuff, man. I think she did a great job as well. Abuelita. Supposed to be like grandma. Am I not mistaken, right? Yeah, she did a great job. But it was good seeing that because we do know that the Fast and Furious is all about what, guys?
Family over everything.
Family.
Speaking of family.
Yeah, we heard it.
My bad, dog.
Oh, it's all good. You know, we know when moms call, man. You know what I mean? Now, what I'm gonna say about that? My mama right in the other room. You know what I'm saying? I can't say nothing, right? Yeah, man. It's all about family with the Fast and Furious. I still don't know what Cardi B's doing here because every time I see her right here, man, it's tripping me out.
I'm gonna have to check on that soundtrack see if there's a Cardi B song on there.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. She on the soundtrack, right? Yeah, man. 2 hours and 21 minutes. 2 hours and 21 minutes. It felt longer.
It felt way longer.
Felt like 3 hours easily. John Wick was longer than this, wasn't it? John Wick was longer than this, but it felt shorter. Like I was.
Was on me shorter because he only said 200 words?
300 actually.
3? Oh wow! See.
And one of those words was what? Se?
Yeah.
I need a gun. Not I need a gun.
Lots of guns. Yeah. Good stuff. 2 hours and 49 minutes.
3 hours?
Almost. Felt shorter though.
Man.
I mean, time goes by when you murdering 1,000 people.
You don't even think about it. You just count the bodies.
Just count the bodies. Oh man. Now I'm gonna say this. Clint Eastwood's son, man. I'm starting to get some respect for him too. You know, when he was first inserted in the movie as little nobody, I was like, he felt like a replacement for Paul Walker's. Right? He felt like a replacement for Paul Walker. And I was like, I ain't feeling that yet. You ain't earned that spot yet, dog. But I've seen him in some other stuff that had me respect him. He looked just like his daddy too, boys. Like, hey, boy, you look just like your daddy, boy. You look like your daddy, boy. You look just like your daddy, boy.
What you doing?
Yeah, that same squint. Yeah. You feeling lucky, punk? Yeah, man. Let me ask you this: how you feel about John Cena?
Do 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 do.
Is this one of them? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
You don't got nothing to say about Peacemaker?
I was just about to say, ain't that a Peacemaker?
Yeah, man. We ain't got nothing to say about Peacemaker.
When I saw him in F9, I was like, he's just The Rock's replacement to me.
Pretty much.
That's disrespectful, dog.
I'm just saying, bro. The character.
That's just disrespectful.
He's the character's replacement, man.
I hear you.
Because they lost the big buff guy.
But they can hear you too. Everyone on this audio adventure can hear you too.
I wasn't all that impressed. He was all right.
Because he was the main villain of 9, correct?
Absolutely. And by the end of 9, they're buddies. They're friends again. They're loving each other.
By the end of 5, isn't The Rock buddies with Dom Toretto?
No.
He got a respect for him though. You all right?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
He still hate him?
Nope. It was like, I'll catch you later. They really could have. Yeah, I would have been good with that. But we know money talks.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the fans talk. I mean, it's not just about that as well. If you get the demand, the characters are coming back.
So his character took like a sabbatical then? Like he wasn't in 6, 7, or 8, or 9?
Oh, he was all up and through there.
Oh, but 9 he just wasn't in?
Oh, do you know why?
I mean, obviously.
Talk about it, Ray.
Because they did Hobbs and Shaw.
That's why.
So allegedly, from what we read, him and Vin Diesel was butting heads.
No, they
still are. And I mean, this was Vin's vehicle. This was, you see what I did there?
No.
This was.
He'll be here till Thursday, y'all.
I can do this all day. I can do this all day. But let me do my Captain America thing.
They wanted to give the keys to Dwayne?
No. Nobody was supposed to start a spinoff show. All these actors then got off of spinoff shows, and they turned them down for the sake of the family.
Oh, so it's because Dwayne stepped out his body.
Well, you know him. You throw some money.
Money, bro. Dwayne's about that money.
So nobody was bigger than the Temptations, right?
Look. This is what he told him. Nobody came to see you, Otis.
Dwayne was the one selling the records.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, man, I'm hearing they gonna bring Rock back on the next one, and they gonna kill him off, so he can't do no Hobbs and Shaw no more.
Come on, Ray. Ray. See, you see what I'm saying, y'all?
It's this vendetta against Hobbs and Shaw.
Ray, who are you paying?
Wait,
to
okay.
get this information, man?
He on cinema plan or something. Yeah.
So it wasn't no contract dispute. Like Rock wanted money, they wouldn't pay him. So he was like, he was just like, look, I'll just take this. I'll go finance it myself, like he did Black Adam, and make Hobbs and Shaw, so I can keep telling the story how I want to tell it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Will.
Oh, I would say don't look at me. Ask Ray. That's
what I'm trying to figure out.
Ray got the inside, boy. Inside scoop.
If he gonna do another Hobbs and Shaw movie, he need to do it before the second part of this movie come out, because
Ray said they finna get that boy the axe. They finna get that boy the axe. That's it.
You hear that, Dwayne? You better get it in right now.
Before they
Right
kill him
now.
off.
Right now. I can get a deal right now. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. So should we tell him what happened at the end?
I mean, I guess we could,
I'm gonna finish the movie.
No, not 5. We talking about the end of 10.
Oh,
who they brought back?
I mean, do y'all want to? I mean, Ray kind of already just.
Ray
kind of already just said it.
I did too for 1 second.
They finna kill the Rock off.
That would have been ugly though. In a post-credit scene, that would have been so disrespectful.
That's a beef.
Mm-hmm.
That's beef.
Yeah.
If we're carrying out what's beef.
Yeah.
I see. That's beef. Boy, you tripping.
Come back with that post-credit scene.
Boy,
I'm telling you,
that would have been ugly.
You can't even be in the second part of this trilogy, dog. We're not gonna waste the whole movie to kill you. Mm-hmm. Just get you in the end credit scene, call it a day.
And it was funny because that
actually, as I'm watching 5, I guess it kind of makes sense then, because at the end of that scene, he's like, "You the one that pulled the trigger."
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense, because he in 5 kind of has this rogue little this my way or the highway.
Yeah.
To the book.
Yeah. Now I will say this real quick because this was brought to our attention. I've been crapping on 9, and I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But I was told.
Got enough stool softening, dog?
Yeah. Right. Tripping. I was told that if I had watched F9 in 4D, where the seat is rocking, Hobbs and Shaw. I'm sorry.
That's what we call it 9.
That's what.
Even though it's called F9, They called it F9.
Oh my God.
Oh my Jesus.
So if I had watched Hobbs and Shaw in 4D,
oh my Jesus.
it would have been a better experience.
Oh my Lanta.
Okay, so the seat is rocking. They splashing water out of the ceiling. See, that part right there bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I don't need nothing splashed on me. Because I'm going to think somebody's splashing they drink on me or something. You know what I'm saying? You be ready to fight somebody or something. You know what I mean? Think they spitting on you or something. There's COVID going around. You know, like, you
Listen.
crazy?
Listen, imagine a horror movie.
Oh. And blood.
I seen a horror movie in 4D.
Oh, you seen it in 4D?
Mm-hmm. I think it was one of them Conjuring films.
Oh,
yeah. The blood splatter was the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The suspense where you creeping around, the seat kind of vibrates a little bit, and rocks a little bit, kind of jumps you forward. Yeah, man.
Is it worth it?
It's worth it. To see a scary movie in 4D is worth it.
My next movie is 4D. Absolutely. I'll come back and tell y'all how I felt about that. 4D. All right, there it is.
That's the segment in itself.
There it is. Yeah, man.
But yeah, so Jacob wasn't it for y'all, huh? Just
No.
one and done. He only survived 2 movies now.
Well,
so.
we don't know if he dead or not.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know, and we won't spoil it for you. We let you find out for yourself. So Bree, now you've listened to this. You know, you're hearing us. You know what I'm saying? First of all, do you think we spoiled it for you?
No. Honestly, I was in and out, so I wouldn't hear all of it.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't want to spoil it for you.
So I didn't want it to go. I didn't want to hear all of it, so I just I listened a little bit.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yep. But I did hear some things, and I heard what X said about watching from starting from 5.
Right.
Did he say starting from 5?
Yeah, you
All
can start
the
from
10?
5. Yeah, you can start.
Watch part 2 too. You know.
Yeah, because that's the introduction of Luda and Tyrese's character. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't front. And the fact that he just dropped the knowledge on me, which I forgot that John Singleton directed it. And you know John Singleton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2, skip 3 if you want to, and then go to 5.
Oh, why skip 3?
But did you hear that? Did you hear that groan? Well,
I felt the audience,
Well,
the viewers who get to touch this audio experience that enjoy Tokyo Drift like me, I did that for y'all. But it's okay. I understand. They talking about it's a race between Tokyo Drift and 9. The way y'all talk about 9, it sounds like 9 is the clear cut worst. And I ain't even watched it yet.
It's debatable.
If Ray had his way, it's Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, it's Hobbs and Shaw for him. Absolutely.
Yeah, they can't even call that so fast and furious.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. No. Okay, so I would say Bree.
Thank you, Timmy. Thank you.
I would say Bree that people would say 3 is the worst, but it's just what you into, man. I mean, they're in a different location. None of the characters that you're going to see in 1 or 2 are in there, so that's what's going to throw you off. You're gonna be like, is this still Fast and Furious? Yes, it is. There's cars racing.
In the widespread of this, honestly, it's a filler movie, so you don't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
I honestly think y'all are right.
There you go. Thank you. At least say that. It is a filler movie.
It's a filler movie because none of the original cast is in it.
There you go. Spinoff. It's almost
the
another
OG
spinoff, right?
The OG spinoff.
The OG spinoff before Hobbs and Shaw. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So Bree, I'll let you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? How you want to. I mean, I would say to me, I've watched all of them, and because I know every bit of these stories, I know everything about it. So I mean, it's on you. I would say that if you picked it up from 5 though, you would really enjoy 10.
Yeah, because as y'all explained, it starts kind of flowing with the story.
So yeah, Bree, I'm curious to know what happens when you go watch it. Please, come back and tell us what you thought. You know what I'm saying?
And anybody else who sees this movie, if you have opinions, y'all want to talk about it, well, open chat in the comments. Let us know how y'all felt too.
Yep.
Not just Bree.
Yep. And I'll say this before we check out of this. Pete Davidson, I didn't need him in there.
Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. I'm sorry. That was completely unnecessary scene.
I'm sorry.
And everything lately. Huh?
Yeah, he been in there. He been in too much. That's the problem. He been in too much, man. Like, bro, I know you've been in everything.
But that's what made me go back to that kind of like y'all just putting anybody in this film.
Yeah, he been in everything.
Anybody,
including Kim. I'm sorry. Sorry, I couldn't.
In that film, boy.
I'm sorry, y'all. I could not have it. All right. Okay. Let's go and rate this thing, man. Let's see where we at. Let's see. What do you think, man? You say something.
Nah,
You say something.
It was that Kim.
I mean, okay. All right.
Give me a number, man.
All right, so coming in and not remembering half of the saga, because I can't remember if I tapped out around 5 or 7, but I know it was after Paul Walker died, so they said that was 7, right?
Yeah.
All right, so and not keeping up with all the characters and everything coming in. 10 was an adventure. It was an adventure.
Okay.
The cinematography, I think I talked about that before. The camera angles, the frame rate that they shot at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the sets that they were on. Some sets I couldn't tell if it was
on location,
on location or an actual set. You know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I'm like, did they set this up or you know?
Did that pretty good.
Yeah. So Jason, the villain, did a good job. Cracked me up. You know, lots of action, lots of cars. Overall, if I'm just coming into this thing, it was eventful and it was good. I'll give it I don't know. I'm not 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Lower than I expected, but that's the truth. Let's do it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. No, you can't take it back now.
You can't take it back now.
It's out there, baby.
I'll watch it again and probably change my rating once I go back and catch up and put all the stuff together because I like to do that. I like to be in the universe, you know, once I'm watching something.
Make it make sense because part 2 and part 3 start referencing 6 and 7 in some way. I don't understand it. Then you're gonna lose me.
But it's good though. But see, we need SC's take.
Yeah.
Because he said he dropped off at 7. Yeah. We need your take because you dropped off at the 4, right?
Technically 3.
Technically 3.
After Tokyo Drift, I was kind of...
You kind of drifted off.
Because I figured, we're going in a sequel or a spinoff franchise. I didn't think it was much to keep up with, really.
Okay.
You know?
That's why we need y'all's because Ray and I, we all the way.
All the way.
The Fate of the Furious and all that.
Everything. Maybe we should switch it up a little bit. You know, maybe somebody who haven't seen all of them. Somebody who's seen all of them, and then me and X take it on now.
And then I'll go after Ray.
Right.
And then the other one who's stuck with the franchise. I like that.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. I enjoyed the movie going in. I kind of thought it was going to be pretty good. Again.
Oh, so you was, from the jump, you expected this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, because again, it's supposed to be the last one.
Sure.
Of the trilogy, you know. So.
Right.
So, I thought it was pretty good. They could have did without the fight scenes. Because of the fight scenes and them when they wreck their cars, they just hop out and walking and stuff.
Dude, oh my God.
We ain't got no phone. We could call the mechanic shop and say, "Hey, I need a set of wheels."
I'm gonna have to go with an 8, but I enjoyed the watch, and I will go see it again.
Now, when you're speaking about their cars, are you just talking about the fact that their cars wreck and themselves as human beings? Right, so you talking about that John Wick stuff again, where he's falling out of buildings, he get hit by cars, and he just get up and just brush it off, right?
Vin Diesel has been in 20 wrecks throughout the series,
right? And
he car flipping, blowing up on him, just
nothing.
He get out walking like ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah. I think, Timmy, we discussed the fact that the cars seem indestructible.
Up too, man. When they be wrecking these cars like. Be holding up.
No, yeah.
And see, my argument with that
was
again,
my internal
devil's advocate.
My internal struggle.
My argument for that is they got the money to get the best of the best kind of cars, right? They're mechanics, right? Mm-hmm. And they're hooked up with the CIA. So they get all the technology you want, you right?
So you mean to tell me that a 1970 Dodge Charger
that's reinforced
can withstand a ball rolling at a velocity and speed.
On
fire. Yes. Absolutely.
I got you.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to put that out there for our listeners, who go see this movie.
Not in real life, but inside this movie.
But inside this universe, where Tyrese can get shot and have holes in his jacket.
You gonna make me cut on 9 right after I finish 5, dog. I'm telling you.
You gonna cut it right?
Am I lying, Ray? Is that not what that man said,
I'm
man?
cut it.
Come on, man. He told you that the movie is self-aware. It's self-aware. They know they're ridiculous. So yes. So you get an 8.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Okay. X a million.
This is an unannounced take, but I say, given that I came in off Tokyo Drift, that's that stuff, dog. I don't care what nobody on this panel say. It's that stuff. They've made worse. They have made literally worse than Tokyo Drift.
The director of Tokyo Drift, this is your man. This is your guy right here.
Look, I'm your guy, man. You ever want to bring it back? bring it back to Tokyo.
No doubt.
I'll give you a review personally. But coming into the film, I didn't come in there expecting the nonsense that I've heard over the franchise, the noise that's come from the franchise. Yeah, of course, I kicked and screamed like a kid, like another saga.
Yeah, we had.
But I'm like, even though y'all say it's ending, nothing ever really ends.
Sure.
It's like a character never really dies.
Sure.
You know, so. NERD, you know what I mean? No one ever really dies. But
that's what that mean? Okay, I'm like, what are y'all
that's
spelling?
That's what NERD stands for.
Really?
Yeah, no one really dies.
Did you know that, Ray?
I didn't.
I thought it was just nerds. Okay. All right.
But yeah, coming into this film, Jason.
He did his thing.
Let me holler at you, dog. You the man. You are the man. You kept me in. You kept me roped in. There's so much stuff you pulled from to make that character be what it is, that to the point I feel they're disrespecting you by calling you villain on the cast listing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I just feel that's very disrespectful to call that man villain.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But hey, to each his own. Because, I mean, Brie Larson's name ain't even on there. You know what I mean? So,
now that's disrespectful.
I'll let it be.
You ain't get a name.
Because at least Jason got villain.
Oh, but you know what? You know why that's kind of funny? Because her dad was nobody.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you know what?
right,
That
bro.
actually makes sense.
Right.
I take that back then.
Come
I take that back.
on.
Because her father was nobody. She's the daughter of nobody. Okay, I got you, bro. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
I take that back. I
Okay,
take that
give me a
back.
little credit. I like what I did there, right?
Okay.
I like what you did, though, man. You saved it.
That's
But point taken. It's an adventure. It's an action-packed film. It keep you in the. I mean, it felt long, right? Because it felt like it took them a little while to get to the point.
Yeah.
That's why I got to take a little bit off. Unnecessary fight scenes. I got to take a little bit off from that because again, so like y'all said, it was a lot of fighting that just wasn't necessary.
Sure.
4-minute squabbles and all. You know what I mean? Like you said, Luda and Tyrese had what 5-6 films to duke it out randomly while we getting the plan together, and they could have just they chose right then and there. But leaving it on a cliffhanger, reminding us that this is a trilogy. Post credit scenes. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get us a strong little 8.
Strong 8.
Strong 8.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Price.
Yeah.
Talk about it, dog. It's your turn now.
Golly, man. You know, I didn't think I was gonna like this movie as much as I did. I'm not gonna front. I really thought, Ray, for a second, after 9, left that bad taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? After they said they were self-aware, that they were ridiculous and everything, they went to space, right? Like they went to space because the internet said, oh, they can't do anything left but go to space. Well, guess where we going next movie? Fast, Furious in space. I'm like, come on, man. All you needed was Will Robinson somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, yeah. But and that's what everybody they don't know nothing about that. You know, danger, Will Robinson, danger. So sorry, man. Danger zone. Oh my God, man. Going into that with F9 leaving a bad taste in my mouth, I honestly, Ray, I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. Okay. And because of that, I was pleasantly surprised. I was actually happy, man. I was thoroughly enjoying this movie. I'm shocked at what they did. Now they
came with it from the start.
They came, bro. Let me tell you something, and I'm going on record to say this. The first 15 minutes was it 15? What would you say was that first scene from the time that they started?
Just about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, genius. Absolutely genius. It's the way that you write a movie. That is how you write a movie. Right there. The scenes, the way they shot them, like you said, SC, you know, the frame rate, everything. That is how you do a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like Will Smith in Bad Boy. From now on, that's how you make a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you do right there. You know, it was genius. They took the absolute best movie of the whole series and they started it from there. You know what I'm saying? They expanded on it. I was like, that's genius, man. You know, so I was there. And then of course, here come the fight scenes. Here comes, you know what I mean, other little stuff that I'm looking like that they just didn't need that or whatever. So if I can pick it apart and take that stuff out of it, that movie would have got a 9.5 for me.
Okay.
Absolutely, bro.
Okay.
But because of that, I have to give it a 9.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9, man, because I'm giving it effort. Yes. For effort, you know, for the genius first 15 minutes of it, you know what I'm saying, to other little things that I saw in there, to other little callbacks, symbolisms, as you mentioned, X. It gets the 9 for me, man. I think they did an absolute great job. Ray, the fact that you said that, also that's giving this a 9, the fact that you said it's what you call a trilogy, I want more.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely want more.
Yeah,
And
I left one more.
They left you feeling like you, like, where is this gonna go now?
Yeah.
Especially with the end credit scene.
Without a doubt.
What he did, you know what I'm saying? I will not spoil it for y'all, but you know.
It's a lot how they ended it, man.
They did.
You know, it's like three or four different story plots. How they
Without a doubt.
Man. So,
And I think that's enough for a second full movie.
Yeah.
So,
They gave you so many plot holes in those credit scenes to tell you basically the direction of where part 2 is gonna go.
Right.
And we can make that a full film.
Right. So I'm all in. They got me. I'm back now. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said, I dropped off. Like F9, I was like, well, they just lost me. I'm done. And now I'm back.
F9 sounds like I'll appreciate F10.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like after I see it, it'll be like, okay, well, yeah,
You
I
really
see.
will.
I actually see now.
You really will. And it's like every time I try to get out, they pull me right back in. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a reference to Godfather 3 for all you movie heads out there. Yes, I watch a lot of movies. Yes, I do. But anyway, yeah, 9 for me. I'm loving it. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. That's right. So, but no, I'm in, man. Let's do this, man. Let's keep this thing going. So, Bree, I hope that you get a chance to check out at least 5. If you don't check out 2, 3, 4, and you know what I'm saying, whatever, at least 5, man. And then go check out Fast 10. And our listeners, please leave something in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Give us a thumbs up, do something. If you want Bree to go check out this movie, if you want to know what Bree has to say about this movie, please leave that in the comments, man. Let's get her to go and see this movie, man. You know,
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, baby. So, hey, man, thank y'all, man. We appreciate y'all spending some time with us. I know we probably ran a little long on this, man, but we had to do a deep dive in this because it was an amazing movie. It's an amazing series.
Fortunately
for y'all, for a trilogy. Fortunately for y'all, we didn't go back to every other movie and name all these cast members. Yeah. We'll still be talking.
Yep.
But
in the movie.
I'm trying to tell you. And just so y'all know, I mean, we got food waiting and everything, so we was here for y'all.
And I'm hungry, too.
And we hungry, y'all.
And I'm hungry, too.
You like Tyree said it, too. And I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining us again. And stay tuned up next, man. Y'all know one of the favorite segments of the show. We got that
X-ray vision.
Talk about it. All right, y'all. Next time. Peace.
Yeah.
One. That's right, ladies and germs. Welcome back to the X-Ray Vision.
We in this thing, bringing those sports to you guys.
Yes, sir. Live and direct. You know, last time we spoke to y'all, I was on Zoom. You know, Ray was here. You know what I'm saying? The synergy wasn't there because your boy wasn't in the building. I'm in the building today, y'all. And as we always like to tell y'all as a hangout tradition, man, we just gave y'all, I don't know, man, I feel like we gave y'all Thanksgiving, dog. We gave y'all Thanksgiving in the middle of May. You know what I mean? With that Fast X review. So I feel like y'all should go back, check it out. Watch Fast 5. Watch Fast 10. It'll all connect. It'll all make sense, ladies and germs. But we got to start off sad before we can get these jokes off, y'all. Man, RIP to a civil rights activist, a All-American from Syracuse University, the legendary Jim Brown, a.k.a. James Nathaniel Brown.
The GOAT.
He passed away on the 18th, so we want to send our wishes out to his family from the Hangout. You know, he lived a life. We'll tell you that much. He definitely lived a life. His legacy, them yards, won't be touched. His legacy speaks for itself. We only gonna highlight a little bit of it. You know what I mean?
He was playing, you know, they were playing 12 games a year. So, you know, if he was playing at this age, he had 16 games. You know,
All
Emmitt
that.
Smith wouldn't have broke no record. Barry Sanders wouldn't have broke no record.
And then don't talk about the extra 2. You know, they be talking about week 17, week 18 now. If he had a full, who knows?
And he only played 9 years. And 8 of those 9 years, the boy led the league in rushing. So you got to be a dog to do that.
Talk about it, big dog. Talk about it. Carried that ball 2,359 times throughout his career for 12,320
12 rushing yards and 106 touchdowns. Y'all wasn't touching that man. There's nobody touching that man. Cleveland had them one. I'll tell you that much.
That's about the best thing Cleveland had.
Probably the best thing they will have, you know. Y'all got rid of Johnny Manziel. So.
Don't even say Johnny.
Y'all seen y'all some Johnny Manziel now.
You said Johnny, man. I might have to just slap you across the head, man. Get that out of here.
But that just goes to show that gap that Cleveland had, dog. You know, they thought they had one with Johnny Manziel, you know. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It is.
But RIP to that wonderful humanitarian and civil rights activist playing football at a time where, man, it was hard for us to even go outside, let alone play a sport that we grew up loving and work with people who probably didn't even want us on the team to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, and that's speaking from a 28-year-old who couldn't even begin to imagine what life was like around that time.
Yeah, but when you got that talent, you know, they gonna deal with you.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was breaking records, left and right. You know, his work for the civil rights movement. You know, during the 50s when he participated in the Cleveland Summit after Muhammad Ali was in prison and refused to enter the draft for the Vietnam War. You know, obviously for rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I defend a country who, you know, looks down on me and my people? All in all, rest in peace,
R.I.P.
James Brown.
Dope.
You know what I mean? The GOAT. But on to GOAT-related news, dog. I heard there was a fight.
Yeah, man, it was a little light work last night. Devin Haney and
What you mean by light?
Lomachenko.
You mean light as in a weight class?
Yeah, they were some light fellas, you know.
Some featherweights?
Yeah, they were some light, 130 pounds, Here I am, 230 pounds.
Yeah.
So, they some lightweights. So, yeah.
Talk about it, man. What happened, man?
It was a good fight. I felt like, you know, who they picked to win didn't win that fight, you know. That boy got schooled in that ring last night, you know. I think Lomachenko should have won, and hands down, you know. He landed all the better punches, all the cleaner punches. He clearly had Haney shook up, but as you know, boxing, you know, the most rigged sport out there, you know.
What a God.
Just, man, it don't make no sense, man. And
look like they got a hold of that script backstage. And
well, the script was wrong.
Said that man gave that man the work, huh?
They gave it to Haney, a unanimous decision. But I don't know what fight.
So what you saying is what the fight you saw wasn't the fight that the judges saw? Because unanimous sound like y'all really got a nice payday, and y'all didn't want to give that boy no type of credit.
Again, you know, we got the young 24-year-old and a 35-year-old, you know. 24-year-old kid, he undefeated, 30-0. You know, supposed to be the face of boxing. You know, so they playing for the bigger fight. You know, so
yeah, man. Let them get in there with Tank.
Who want to go pay-per-view for a 35-year-old boxer?
I mean, hey, if the track record speak for itself and the money there, but I understand what you mean. A young, marketable 24-year-old who undefeated can probably sell out more arenas and be a much worthy fight, especially after
what I seen last
winning
night.
last night.
I'm calling it today. I guarantee you the man loses his next fight. If he fight against Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis, he gonna lose.
They're gonna avoid Tank. Yeah. He gonna avoid Tank because they don't want that automatic L. They want to try to at least make it look like build him up to be a contender. You know, so they might give him maybe somebody else. Hopefully not with a cheap decision like that. I would hope, but you know how boxing is.
I went to bed disappointed. You know, I went to bed disappointed because it was flat out wrong, man. Robbery. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one felt like that.
Hey, Hangout fans, X-Ray Vision fans, sound off in the comments. Let us know, man. If y'all saw that fight, if you lost your parlay, I feel you, brother. I feel you, dog. There's a lot of parlays being messed up right now, you know. And that was probably one of them. I know Vegas was sick to death. Everybody put their chips in that man's corner just for them to unanimously vote against him. Can't tell me the devil ain't working.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. You can't tell me the devil ain't working. But off of that, there's some basketball going on, ain't it?
It seems like there's only two teams playing.
Denver and Miami.
Yeah, because the Lakers and Boston, you know, they finna go fishing.
Get the brooms, huh?
Yes.
Nah, dog, I gotta give him one.
I think Lakers can. I think Lakers can squeeze.
To make a little more money.
Maybe if Joker leg tighten up in the middle of the game and he gotta sit down and get a massage at the end of the fourth quarter or something.
Well, I see. They both done in the water, especially the Lakers. Maybe Boston might have a chance, but Jimmy, that boy's a dog, man. So
I see what you mean, dog. I ain't gonna say, but my bold prediction, I'm gonna have to say, man, I feel as though the Lakers might win maybe one game. I don't think they can be swept. I think they'll lose the series.
That's funny because
I think they might.
I had Boston in LA to go for the championship.
I think coming off of the semis, I think everybody felt that way. Because Boston came back. I don't know where James Harden went. I think I think James Harden went back to Houston. He went back to Houston in the middle of the playoffs.
Back in Houston, man.
I remember you telling me that.
Oh, yeah.
You said he was messing up.
Houston, yeah. We don't want him. I don't want him. I don't need him.
It sounds like Houston do because they talking about we expect to sign this man. Yeah, we ready.
But we got the right coach in place. So
go ahead, opt out. Come on back home where you want. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it seemed like James Harden, he disappeared like he always do.
That's what he do during playoff time.
Embiid said him and Harden need help. That sound like a scapegoat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, y'all do need help. Yeah. I mean, y'all can't just win it by yourselves. But to let them boys come back, y'all had them down 3-1.
Yeah.
All y'all had to do close out in Philadelphia. Call it a day.
Gotta blame the coach, too,
Oh, Doc got his boot, too.
Poor Doc. He might need to retire now, man.
The way they was talking about that man and his Game 7 losses, and
it's ridiculous.
It's just I just don't know who. I mean, he's still an elite coach. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but at the end of the day,
he was elite when he had Kevin
KG and all them, and Paul Pierce.
Big three,
That was his only ticket, dog. See what I did there? The big ticket, yeah. But that was it.
Shout out after.
Because he
from your neck of the woods too, ain't he?
Yeah, man. I ain't mad at him.
I'd like to listen to KG tell his old stories, man. The boy there, he can tell some stories, man.
Oh no, for real. And then I like his wisdom on the game today. You know what I'm saying? Him looking on the outside in, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
The way he sets up, that's the type of man. That's a podcast right there. I ain't
they got one going too.
I'm gonna say this though. This gonna be my bold take, and then we go ahead. If you feel me, you feel me. If you don't, you don't. Look, Denver and possibly 5, maybe 6. Okay. Maybe 6, maybe. I feel like I said, Lakers can win one at home.
It's 2-0 now. I think they either playing.
It's actually 3-0. It's actually 3-0 after last night.
I'm thinking Miami, Boston. Yeah.
No, that's a 2-0. I think Miami and Boston play tonight.
Yeah.
So that I don't know where that's gonna go, but the way Jimmy Butler call it, might be.
That is number 8.
He trying to close them out. Barely got in, but taking care of everybody in their way. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. Like I said, Jimmy Butler, he might. I could see them closing out, or I could see Boston actually coming back and responding from game 2.
That's possible, depending on what these next 2 games at.
Yeah, the Lakers series is kind of already determined as is.
They
if we being honest, they're pretty much cooked. They hang around, but they don't know. It's the story of the Lakers. They hang around, but they don't know how to close.
Jamal Murray been going off,
and then Jamal Murray, he felt the snub. The past 3 games, they only been talking about the Lakers.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray, he back, healthy, he can play again, and he trying to show y'all why y'all forgetting about me, dog. Y'all forgot I contributed to this team.
Yes, sir.
So Denver get either in 5 or 6 games. Miami though, my bold statement right here is the Miami Heat are gonna be our NBA champions. I'm calling it right here, right now.
That's real bold.
They gonna overcome Denver too. They gonna overcome Denver. I don't know how.
Oh, yeah. By the grace of God.
But I'm finna call that man Jimmy Jeffrey Butler. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jeffrey Butler.
He do look like Jordan.
Be that man's name, man. I don't know how he gonna pull it out. But he gonna pull it out.
Oh, yeah. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. But I'm calling, like I said, if you go and I like Denver.
I feel you, dog. You think Denver gonna take it all?
Yeah, especially if they playing the Heat.
Okay. That could be a tale of the underdog, but that also speaks to you actually wanting to see Denver in the finals, huh?
Well, yeah.
'Cause not a lot of people was like,
originally, you know, I had Celtics and Lakers, you know.
Yeah.
I guess I was falling into the script, you know.
that script, man. I tell you, that script come back and haunt all of us.
Yeah.
But okay, I got you, dog. Now you already know how I hit you at the end of these.
Hit me. Let's see. I mean, I might knock it out the park.
Or you might, you know,
Strike out.
you might strike out. I don't know where we go with this. But let me talk to you, dog.
I'm listening, man.
Listen, man. You ever heard of this sport called rugby?
Rugby? Yeah, I know a little bit about it.
It's English. It's like English football. They a little bit more aggressive.
Okay, we ain't talking about American English, is we?
No, we're not talking about American English. We talking more of like European.
Oh, okay. I don't know nothing about
Yeah, man. You know, it can get a little handsy, get a little rough.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It is actually Australian. My apologies to our European audience. They're like, what is this guy talking about? He doesn't even know what rugby is. How he asking him? Y'all right. I don't know what rugby is, dog. I just wanted to see what my mans be paying attention to outside of the usual realm of sports.
I can tell you now, it ain't rugby.
Well, I guess we'll close it there, ladies and germs. This has been another installment of X-Ray Vision. And stay tuned. We always have a beautiful outro for y'all.
Yes.
50 years of hip-hop. We're going to give you more and more facts. So please, stay tuned.
And we out.
Hey, we are back after those commercial breaks. And if you are just now joining us, you know that we just had our X-Ray Vision, so please go back and check out them boys. Y'all know how they do, man. They bring the sports, but they also bring the laughter, you know what I'm saying, the good feelings and all that good stuff. Look, and that's what they do right there. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to talk, they try to put their little team in on you real quick, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it's all good, man. I'm glad that y'all are back joining us, you know what I'm saying? And like we like to do, man, we have to do this little outro. And as we told y'all, we're going to hit a hip-hop fact every single episode until we are done with this thing, man, all right?
Every time.
Okay, so listen, what we are going to cover this time, man, is your boy Ice-T, you know what I'm saying?
Like
you know?
lemonade iced tea? Like
Hey, man.
Iced tea?
You know what I mean? Hey, one of the coldest iced teas that you ever gonna see, you know what I'm talking about?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Cold.
That's right. Your boy Ice-T, man, came up in this thing, man, from New Jersey, and later moved to South Los Angeles in his late teens, okay?
Okay, born and raised.
That's right. Ice-T became interested in hip-hop music during his time in the Army. That is when he heard the Sugar Hill Gang's newly released single, Rapper's Delight. And if y'all recall, way back on our hip-hop facts, you know what I'm saying? We mentioned a little bit of the Sugar Hill Gang, you know what I mean? And I think Blondie and all those good people back then, you know what I'm saying, that were on the Sugar Hill record label, you understand what I'm saying? So do know that a lot of the first hip-hop that you heard, or a lot of people, or your favorite rappers, or whatever, your OGs, that was their first record, you know what I'm saying, that they heard, Sugar Hill Gang, you know what I mean? So when he heard the Sugar Hill Gang's newly released single Rapper's Delight in 1979, which inspired him to perform his own raps over the instrumentals of this and other early hip-hop records. The music, however, did not fit his lyrics or form of delivery. Ice-T was able to purchase stereo equipment cheaply in Hawaii, which is ironic to me because Hawaii is expensive. Last time I was over there, so I don't know how he got it cheap. But
that Army money, dog.
I guess so, dog. You know what I mean? Maybe got it on the base, the PX, right? For all y'all military people out there, you know what I'm saying, that know what the PX is, including 2 techniques, turntables, a mixer, and large speakers. Once equipped, he then began to learn turntablism, like, godly, turntablism in rapping. I'm like, that's a word.
It's a skill, dog.
Turntablism.
We need to bring it back.
All right. He began his career as an underground rapper in the 1980s. In 1982, Ice-T met producer Willie Strong from Satin Records, which I've never heard of Satin Records, surprisingly, and Willie Strong either. In 1983, Strong recorded Ice-T's first single, Cold Wind Madness, and that's a funny name for a record. Cold Wind Madness. I got to go back and check that out.
That's probably why they called it the coldest rap.
The coldest rap, huh? It's also known as the coldest rap and electro hip-hop record that became an underground success, becoming popular even though radio stations did not play it due to the song's hardcore lyrics. That same year, Wait a minute. Then was this what year was this? 1982? Yeah. So right then, I mean, they you still had R&B. That was prominent, you know what I'm saying? Taking over everything like that. So I can imagine, back then they probably scared the pants off them, you know what I'm saying? When
It's about mid-'80s, Michael Jackson was popular, dominating the charts around that time.
Right, and that's what you getting.
Thriller was...
You ain't getting hardcore stuff, though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except for probably in the movies, right? So, I guess that would scare them, you know what I mean? But that same year, Ice-T released Body Rock, another electro hip hop single that found popularity in clubs. Now it's funny that they're saying this electro hip hop because the first time I ever saw Ice-T was in the movie Breaking. You remember Breaking and Breaking 2, Electro Boogaloo? You know what I'm saying? With Ozone and what's your boy name? Turbo and Ozone over that thing, dog. Breakdancing. Ice-T was in that movie, bro, and he was rapping, and he wasn't dressed like the Ice-T we know or became to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's a thing where
he didn't have a badge on yet.
Yeah, when he said that man, what's his boy from Def Jam, man? Russell Simmons. Yes. So he says that Russell Simmons saw him perform and saw what he had on and whatever. But then he said he saw him off the stage just in his regular clothes and it was like, dude, that's what you're supposed to be wearing right there. You know what I'm saying? Because he had his hat on and fly little suits and whatever, and he was like, that's how you should be dressing. Because the first time I saw him, he had like that breaking type of stuff on. You know what I'm saying? With the I don't want to say halter top, you know what I'm saying? With no halter top, you know what I mean? But you know how they wore their stuff in the 80s, cut off, and maybe a glove with spikes on or something, you know what I'm saying? Just some crazy looking stuff. And I think obviously that was when he was still trying to find his way, right around this time when they're talking about the body rocks and electro hip hop.
Around 83, 84, huh?
Yeah,
Mid-80s.
exactly, because we know where he got to, you know what I'm saying? Really hardcore rap. But in 1984,
Russell Simmons, man.
Hey, shout out Russell. Hey, man,
helping him become who he is.
Hey, man, the man was a smart man. I can't imagine how many other people he did that way. Who might have been dressing or acting a certain way before he.
It must have got real tricky.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
It's tricky.
Hey, I see what you did. Give him one, y'all.
Yeah, just a little.
He's here till Thursday. So
I have bootlegs and DVDs. On your way out.
So in 1984, Ice-T released the single "Killers," the first of his political raps, and then was a featured rapper on Reckless, a single by DJ Chris the Glove Taylor and co-producer David Storrs. That gained widespread popularity as a featured track via the motion picture Breakin'.
Which is full circle?
Yes, full circle, right?
How you touched on it before?
You know what I'm saying? Before I even got down to that part, okay?
Nah,
so I ain't lying. So Ice-T was signed to Sire Records in 1987 when he released his debut album, Rhyme Pays, which included 6 in the morning, police at my door. Okay, all right. The following year, he founded the record label Rhyme Syndicate Records and released another album, Power, which would go platinum. Now, this is news to me because I didn't know he actually had a record label, Rhyme Syndicate Records. Okay, RSR. I love it. Ice-T received further inspiration as an artist from Schoolie D's gangster rap, PSK, What Does It Mean? Now, if y'all know, if you've been keeping up with it, we covered Schoolie D on one of these, episodes back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Going back.
So,
check out our older episodes. You know what I'm saying? We've been planting seeds for y'all this whole time. We just following the continuity of hip hop.
And like you're saying, it comes full circle, baby. You know what I mean? And listen, if y'all go back and listen to PSK, What Does It Mean? You definitely will hear the inspiration that Ice-T got, because it sounds so similar. And I think what we were talking about off air was the similarities of these songs. You know what I'm saying? There was a formula, right? They was pretty much following.
Early hip hop, if you listen to some of those early songs, the beat patterns is the same, the rhyme scheme, the flow is kind of the same,
Sounds very familiar. See, like it's something that's reintroduced when it comes to a new sound.
Yeah.
How it kind of just catches on, and everybody tends to.
Yes, sir.
So are you talking to all those boom bappers out here who tell y'all to get off, stay off our lawn? You know what I'm saying? Everybody sound the same and whatever. Listen. I'm not even gonna argue that because I get it. You know what I mean? When you go back and and listen to it, and you realize like what that everybody was just emulating each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what the record labels do. They kind of push you to sound like the next such and such. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where I was going at.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Something that bubbles, something that catches, somebody, who helps introduce the sound. Sometimes somebody takes it and just tries to add their own twist to it, and then you get 50 records of the same BPMs and flow structure.
I get it. Yeah, man.
That's hip hop, baby.
Yeah, that's hip hop. That's hip hop without a doubt. So
it's embedded in our roots.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, man. So yeah, definitely y'all check that out, man, and listen to the similarities. You know, our job here. If you guys are just wondering why we do what we do, we're not trying to give you every single piece of information that we can find on these people. We just want to get you interested enough for you to go out and do your own research. Because we have a great researcher here. You know what I'm saying? Like our research is so extensive at times we have to pull her back. You know what I'm saying? You know, because she will go down those rabbit holes. So y'all better be glad, because y'all be here probably for another 2 hours if we gave you all the information that we get on these people, right?
This will be our longest outro ever.
I'm trying to tell you. It'd be an outro and an intro. And a mid-tro, and a tomorrow-tro, and everything.
Tomorrow-tro.
So, but that is Ice-T, man. Now, if y'all know about Ice-T, man, y'all have watched a major transition with this guy who went from, I mean, he had one of the songs on the Colors movie. You know what I'm saying? Colors.
Talk about it.
Yeah, you know, so from all of that, man, to now being in movies, the first movie I ever saw him in was New Jack City, of course, classic. You know, to being on, what is it now? What is it called? SUV. Yeah, right. Right, but what's Law and Order? Law and Order. Dun dun dun. You know, what is it? Special Unit Victims and something like and there's so many. How many versions of Law and Order is it?
Don't matter. Special Victims Unit is the one.
God, bro, that's the one though.
That's the one that matters.
But then they have like a Law and Order Miami,
it's
and
like at least 4 or 5 of them.
It is great. So yeah, man. So he's that man, you know, and I'm proud of him. You know, I'm proud of a lot of hip hop artists who have taken that platform and made it into something else. You know what I'm saying? Because entertainment, as y'all should be able to see,
entertainment,
without a doubt, you know, should be able to understand about entertainment is like once you're in that door, you're in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can just travel between
spaces,
different things in spaces. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about that with Queen Latifah and a lot of other people. You know, was able to do that. So definitely shout out to Ice-T for being able to take that and really just go as far as he can go in the game with it.
There you go. But I don't think you're done, Price. We ain't gonna end it at Ice-T.
Nah, man. You know, we usually do that, man. We usually give you one hip hop fact, but today
we feel like giving y'all something else.
This is BOGO. This is buy one get one free.
We got one free.
You get two, baby.
Tell them the free one, man.
Yeah, no, this is going in the same one, baby. This is the same one right here. So, speaking of two and getting two
live, baby.
Two Live Crew, baby. Unite, listen, for all y'all people, man, especially, you know, the people, Freakniks and all that before then and everything, y'all know about Two Live Crew, man. You know what I'm saying? Two Live Crew was just a staple, you know what I'm saying, and when you had a party and you want to crank that thing up, you know what I mean? So for the younger generation now, you know what I'm saying?
Two Live, Price?
I know, dog. I know, bro. But let me tell you something. Two Live Crew helped break down a lot of barriers, man. You know what I'm saying? For y'all. For a lot of y'all to be able to say what y'all want to say, you know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to be as nasty as y'all want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like their album in 1989, you have Two Live 2 to thank for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and of course, I mean, there's some people like look at it bad, some people look at it as good and whatever. And there's definitely your take and your perspective on things or whatever. But we will talk about the good that they absolutely did for sure when it comes to freedom of speech.
Depending on where you're from is how you're gonna look at it.
Right.
Definitely.
So we'll get into this. The Two Live Crew.
Oh, okay. So you want the youngin' to take?
I do, man. I want you to let them know.
The Two Live Crew had its greatest commercial success from the late 1980s into the early 90s. The group's most well-known lineup was composed of Luke Campbell, Fresh Kid Ice, Mr. Mix, and Brother Marquise.
All right.
Brother Marquise.
Matter of fact, I will tell you too, Brother Marquise has an interview with Vlad right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to get to the down dirty of what was going on in there, that was a pretty good interview. Shout out to Vlad Mark.
Little side piece nugget. We call that a nugget for y'all.
No doubt.
But they were considerably controversial in the U.S. due to the sexually explicit content in their songs, particularly, as Price said, on their 1989 album, As Nasty As You Wanna Be. As They Wanna Be. Sorry about that. But it's always also for you, obviously. They make the music for the fans. So it's as nasty as you want to be, but it's what they want to be.
Already.
So you see that. But the Two Live Crew, although seen as a main fixture in the Miami hip-hop scene, actually got their start in California and was created by DJ Mr. Mix.
How about that?
A.K.A. David Hobbs, government names, you know what I'm saying? With fellow rappers, Fresh Kid Ice, Chris Wong One, and
that was the Asian dude right there. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the Asian dude.
I ain't mad at that one.
Yeah.
And an amazing V, Yuri Vilot.
All right.
Sorry if I butchered your name. All respect.
Y'all know how we
all
do.
love over here at the Hangout.
That's right.
The group released its first single, Revelation, on its own record label, Fresh Beats Records, in '84.
Wow.
Luke Skywalker, a.k.a. Luther Campbell, who at the time was a local DJ and promoter, invited the Two Live Crew to relocate to Miami, also due to subsequent success of the Two Live Crew, made Fresh Kid Ice the first Asian rapper to gain notoriety.
That's right. That's right. And I will say too, man, when you brought up the fact that his name, he was named Luke Skywalker, which of course we know is from Star Wars, and so you know that Disney had a major problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe he had to just change. He had to take that Skywalker off and go straight to just calling himself Luke. Uncle Luke, baby. You know what it is.
I see what he tried to do though.
Yeah.
He tried to add the extra Y, so it's not Sky.
So it's not right.
Because y'all spell it with
one Y. Yep.
I'm spelling it with two.
Yep. But when you say it, it's still different. Yeah, you're too close. Because when you say the name, you can't hear that extra Y unless you say Skywalker.
You gotta put some oomph in that Y.
Oh man.
I respect that though.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But let's finish this on up here. It says, and I quote, once Brother Marquise joined Two Live Crew, Luke Skywalker, aka Luther Campbell, gave the Two Live Crew a record deal and worked as the group's manager. He also joined the group as its hype man and spokesperson in their subsequent controversies. Because, everybody need a hype man. Come on now.
And you know what's funny, man? Like, you listen to this, to Vlad's interview. If I'm not mistaken, Brother Marquise, I think he mentions the fact that he was one of the original founders. So this right here actually trips me out to hear that. That he was one of the original founders. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And not Luke.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just learned something new today.
Yeah. So
now sometimes that spike can carry over. Sometimes depending on the group's fallout. So sometimes you can take things with a grain of salt, or they could be actually what it is.
And they get lost in translation sometimes.
They get lost in translation. I mean, could it have been Luke Skywalker? Could it have been Brother Marquis?
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah, there's definitely some conflicting stories there, but
another Hangout
Unsolved Mystery. We might come back and let y'all know. I'm gonna tell you who started it.
Exactly.
Bryce started it too, but no.
That's the one.
That's what we see. Don't I sound just like him? Okay, my bad. All right, bro. What else we got, brother?
It says, starting in 1987, store clerks could be arrested for selling the album to underage customers.
Wow.
And in 1990, the Parental Music Resource Center, the PMRC, as y'all know, would take the rappers to court in a case that the rappers would later win, even though the 1989 release had an explicit lyrics label on it. We told y'all it was explicit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's probably was the saving grace.
Right.
That, hey, we told y'all already. Hey, there's explicit lyrics in here.
Right.
So you know what you're buying when you get yourself into it.
Right.
So that could have been a silver lining in the court case.
Right.
We never know.
What is considered explicit, though? You know what I mean? Like, it's something to explore as far as back in that time, what was explicit to them. Yeah. Because as we saw, and I guess what you're getting to, of who had the actual first label.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, and speaking of the explicit label, it says that the very first album to have the warning was Ice-T's, who we just talked about.
That's right.
Ice-T's 6 in the Morning. That was released in '87, but the label was red. Yeah, they had a throwback. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know how exactly. Maybe they changed it due to the it's being red.
Right.
People have colorful album covers.
Right.
Might get lost in translation.
Right. Might not actually see it. I'm paying attention to it with the color. Right. But you see that black and white label, for absolute sure.
Which the first album that had that black and white label would be NWA's Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
In 1988.
Wow. So this was so basically Ice-T had the first one, and then NWA.
My lyrics are explicit,
right?
And then everybody else was like, you know what, we gonna follow suit. If we want to make sure we don't have no issues, we gonna let everybody know up front. Hey, there's explicit lyrics on this album.
Right.
Here we go.
So it looks like with them, their issue wasn't necessarily just explicit, because Ice-T had explicit, NWA had explicit, but they got taken to court. And what it looks like that their situation was what exactly they were talking about when it came to sexually charged explicit language. You know what I'm saying? Which they just was like, no, buddy, we ain't having this. No.
Now listen, this our pocket, but we gonna make sure we protect it in the pocket.
Because you do have the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much what they argued. The freedom of speech and and everything like that. So. The reason why when we started off talking about the reason why I was saying their importance when it comes to today, and this is not me sitting here saying, oh yeah, no, it's great to talk about this and it's great to talk about that and so forth and so on. We have mothers and sisters and daughters and everything else. Of course, you know what I mean. And of course, when you're younger, you know what I mean. You listen to everything, and of course
very impressionable.
Right, very impressionable. The raunchier, you know what I'm saying. The more you're not, and the more you're not supposed to listen to it, the more you want to listen to it. Right, you know what I'm saying. Especially as a kid, right? Okay. But then you get older and you, like I said, you realize you got mothers and daughters and such, and you realize, okay, yeah,
they don't really need to be listening to.
Yeah, they don't need to be listening to that, or you don't want to hear anybody talking about your daughter or your mother that way, right? You know what I'm saying? So you kind of change your idea of certain things, or at least you can say, okay, I understand what their issue might have been, but I also understand the importance of freedom of speech as well, and being able to break these barriers down so that people can have the opportunity to say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying?
These are still relatable experiences.
Still relatable.
So if I know people out there have gone through this, I want to be able to convey it so that you feel my emotion, that maybe my emotion can click with you.
Right. And it may cause you to have to say these words in order to really get it across.
Let the passion out, dog.
Right.
Let the passion speak.
Right. And that's basically what they did. They went to court. They fought for it. I'm pretty sure paid quite a bit of money just to be able to come out there and say, we can say what we want to say. Now, it's your responsibility as parents or, store owners who selling the product or whatever to do your due diligence and make sure you're not selling to underage people and so forth and so on. But of course, if you're grown or whatever, you have a right to listen to what you want to listen to and be involved in what you want to, whether it's good or bad or whatever. But you do have that right, And I think that's mainly what their fight was about, just the fact of being able to say,
express,
let them express, right, exactly,
But let the power be in the listeners' hands of who we're expressing to.
Exactly.
We know our target audience and who we're speaking to, but we don't need that to get into the hands of somebody.
Kids and exactly. So we can talk about the pros and cons of it or whatever, but definitely one of the pros that I feel like was fighting for that freedom of speech. You know what I mean? And being able to stand up and say what you want to say. But of course, it's up to you to do it responsibly. You know what I mean? That's everything. Whether it's drinking, whatever you into, be responsible with it. No different from the language that you use and how you express it out here. So. But I will say that I feel like they played a very important part in hip hop history. Yeah. They, of course, you had to have somebody out there. You had to have some scapegoats or whatever. And they came out on the other end, better for it. And I think they really, really bogged down on these explicit lyric labels, which they needed you know, so you can kind of protect the kids, you know what I'm saying, for hearing certain things. And of course, as we know, parents know, your kids gonna hear it some kind of way. You could be however protective in your house all you want to, but as soon as they get out there to go to school or be around their friends or whatever, or they've got the parents who don't really care too much about whatever the kids doing, oh, they gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? Please believe it. But you as a parent, it's your responsibility to raise your kid to the point where you can trust your kid to know, all right, my kid is not gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying? Or my kid knows better than to use that language up in this house. Though. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you doing out there, you ain't bringing it up in here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like they had a major importance when it comes to hip hop and the fact of people being able to express themselves in the way they want to express themselves this day and age. Like, who knows if they would have lost that case, who knows what would have been happening now. You know what I'm saying? You know.
And it seems like nowadays that fight seems to continue nowadays, you know, as artists try to fight for their rights to still be able to speak their experiences and express themselves.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I'm pretty sure that's, you know, it's plenty. I mean, the older I get, the more misunderstood probably younger artists will be to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, just because my mind is somewhere different now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been there and I've had my times, you know what I'm saying, to try to sneak and listen to stuff, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no business listen to or whatever your parents would think you shouldn't listen to and however. But I will say that there are a lot of things that help you become a well-rounded person. Yep. And you have to experience this other side to know what not to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Period. You can try to be whatever prep school and Catholic school and such and you know be around all type of positive stuff and whatever, and then not know anything. And then as soon as you get yourself exposed to something, you would know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Experience will always be the best teacher, no matter what piece of paper will grant you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not saying we're not diminishing the value of what it is. It's just experience is vital.
It is.
Don't sleep on the importance of actually going through, living through stuff, you know.
Having something to base it off of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To know, like, let me not do this because I know where this leads to for absolute fact. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been through it or whatever. And, yeah, man. So, you know, for me, I feel like that is it. You know, that is definitely that thing with 2 Live Crew to where if you're parenting the kids as best you can and whatever, you know that you could trust your kid. They're not going to go too far, no matter what influences have been around them, because you can't protect them forever. Eventually they're going to be out there exposed to certain things. And if you've just been doing your job, then you know that they're going to try to make the best decision they can make, you know, based on your teachings. Yep. So anyway, that's for anybody who had pointed the finger at 2 Live Crew and said they've ruined this and they've ruined that and so forth and so on.
You, brother Marquise.
Right.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I say that they had a place in hip hop. They had an importance as well, just as a rapper, let's just say, what's your boy Will Smith, you know, who didn't curse or do anything in his music and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But there's a balance to it. There's a balance, you know.
Yeah, that's our first Grammy winner.
Very true.
Yeah. So, I mean,
very true.
He had his integral role in hip hop too.
Yep.
So everything had its place.
Yep.
Even though, you know, at the time it looks very confusing, like, oh, what is this?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't rock with Will on rap for real.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, very bubblegumish, you know, type of rap. But yeah, man, no. So that is this hip hop fact for today. Ice-T, 2 Live Crew, innovators. You know what I'm saying? Barrier breakers in the game. They've done a lot for music. You know, they're a lot older now, so for, you know, they're grandpas to the younger generation. But these people, they broke some barriers for you guys, man, for you to be able to do all the things you do and to make the type of money that you make, because they weren't making that money back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Not like y'all make, you know, in today's rap, they were not making that type of money. Good.
I done seen it, and like it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So, but these things, all these things had to happen to get to this point now. You know what I'm saying? So this is just your history.
Crawl before you walk before you run.
Exactly. So
run before you can fly.
So whether you like 2 Live Crew or not, just please respect the fact that they broke down some barriers they made it possible for you to be able to have freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying, in your music and so forth and so on. You didn't have to agree with what they were saying. You didn't have to agree with the explicit content or the videos with the girls and so forth and so on. But just respect the fact that they have allowed a lot of artists to be able to speak their minds and say what they need to say, on record. So definitely shout out to them. Those are our hip hop facts for this section right here. Please go back and check them out. You know what I'm saying? Do a little bit more research. You know what I'm saying? If we have interested you at all, please check them out. They deserve it. They put the work in. Yeah, man.
Enjoy the music too.
Enjoy it. Yeah, for sure.
Step out of the box every now and again. Music is so mood based now. Just take a second to just take a drive, enjoy some nice scenery, touch grass, and just enjoy some old music.
No doubt. Yeah, you'll be surprised, man. Some of the stuff is a little prophetic. You know what I'm saying? Some things you be like, wow, they were talking about it way back then. Okay, yeah, and it's happening right now.
Be spitting.
Yeah, man. So y'all definitely check that out, man. Ice-T, 2 Live Crew. That was our hip hop fact on the outro, baby, and y'all know how we do. So please join us again. And as we say, we will be back with more reviews and more information and more BMT news and more X-Ray Vision and everything else that we. And don't forget that monkeying around, because I know y'all like that monkeying around. We will find another monkey for y'all. You know what I mean? You know how we do.
Monkeys out here.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Too many monkeys.
Yeah, man. So listen, man. Thank y'all again for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Once again, I am Price.
SC.
X the unannounced.
That's right. I love it. The unannounced. It sound like the character. The unannounced. I love it. So thank y'all again for joining us, man. And we out, man. Peace.
Yeah.